everybody, and welcome. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks. And I know Brother Nyron's on the other side of the glass, and he's got the kids in there, and he's doing it with the interns who just got thrown over. We'll get them introduced later in the show, y'all. But they are actually working and running the board right now this morning. It's a beautiful thing. Thank y'all for joining us as we begin today's episode of The Front Porch, coming to you from the historic campus of Xavier University from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. So you know we home. www.wbok1230.com is the address if you want to stop on by. Grab yourself a comfortable chair, a mug, or a tumbler of your favorite frosty or steamy adult beverage. Mind your manners. Excuse me. Say good morning. Holler at the people and kick it with us for the next 3 hours as we continue to examine this world through a 504 focus scope. And of course, the top ranking way we love to hear from each and every one of y'all is the WBOK 1230 AM talk line. 504-582-9422 is the number. Holler at your people. Let us know what's going on. Be a pleasure to hear from you. On this 30th day of June 2025, we are in the mix right now. And I can tell you, Porch Steppers, our Josh, good morning. I see y'all out there. Mark and Joyce, thank y'all for joining us this morning. It's always a pleasure to have you here, especially on the Monday, because you know I'll be wanting to hear what your weekend was like. What'd you do? How it was? Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy yourself? Or did you just do like I did and chill, veg, for real? Because this was the first time in 3 weeks that I didn't have a funeral. So that's what I did. I was kind to myself and did what? Nothing. Not a thing.
Congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It is not an easy task, especially, I don't know if you saw they had a water outage, boil water notice for the East Bank.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, it affected Uptown, and then they lifted the boil water notice, right? Except for 2 blocks. And one of them 2 blocks
Was
is where
your
my
block?
mama lived.
Oh,
No, my mama
okay.
house. My mama house. So, you know, I was just making sure she was out the house. If a good thing was on it happened Saturday and then going into Sunday. And then Sunday I saw the cats out there and they were hooking up temporary lines, which I did not know was a thing as far as residential homes, buildings and whatnot. But they dug up the street and ran these big hose pipes on steroids, these 4-way brass couplings, and hooked all that up and then hooked it up to the line directly to the house so that she could have water and the folks in the block. But I still don't know. Yeah, I do know. It's old.
Is your mom's house the house that like kind of catches the stuff? Because remember when they had it was it the tree or
The tree
a
that
pot?
fell missed her
Yeah.
about 6 inches.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, not really. That's where I grew up, and it's always been good. But you see, that's what you might come close through Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
Lost a couple of.
Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
tripping.
there you go.
I'm like, I
I
know
kept hearing
I'm
something.
hearing noise. I know it's not the voices in
And
my
it's
head.
not feedback.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
You saw me pause earlier?
Yeah. I was too,
I
but
was
I
like,
kept thinking it was coming from the other side of the glass.
What
And then when you stopped talking and I stopped
is
talking, but
that?
the computer kept going because it's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
There you go.
What is that noise going on? But yeah, no, because your mom.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you
tree
said the
fell.
house
Oh,
is
we
the
blessed.
house
Listen,
is
the houses that went through Katrina, a
Mhm.
couple of tiles
off the roof.
off the roof, a couple of shingles off the roof because she got an old slate roof. It's an old house, got slate roof. Got that redone. A couple of things, and just upkeep because the house itself is old. But luck-wise, no floods. Never that. And when the tree fell, I'm telling you, the tree missed the house by 6 inches. I showed you the
Yeah,
video.
I saw the
showed you
picture. I saw the picture.
6 inches. Tree fell. Now, how did the tree fall? I don't know.
Like, was there
I
was no
I don't know.
fire?
There was no fire.
Was there lightning?
There was no lightning. I will say, and it's just me. I'm no botanist or arborist or anything like that. But what I could see was a root ball that to me looked too shallow. It never took.
Uh-huh.
And it was wide, but it wasn't deep.
Was it obstructed too by the concrete?
I
Where it
don't know.
couldn't like spread it?
It was next to the sidewalks right here. That's the concrete. The trees were planted in the area that is grass
Mm-hmm.
between the curb
Mm-hmm.
and the sidewalk. That's where the trees were planted. And no, I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. On the side by the what would be the inside, the residence, on the inside of the sidewalk. One side is the street, the other side is the inside. The trees were planted on the inside of the sidewalk, and when it fell, you could see it pulled up the dirt behind it. That's how I could tell by the size of the root ball.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't. It to me, it didn't look like it went down. So it was big. The tree got big,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't get deep. I guess if that makes any sense, because it fell over. It literally fell over, and it might have just gotten too big for that root.
That area? Cause like how you got the sidewalk, but you have that dirt there.
Mm-hmm.
Was it that it couldn't go this, or it couldn't
It
do
looked
that?
like it was. You got to remember, the tree was big enough to span the street
Mm-hmm.
and the other sidewalk and just miss my mom's house,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this was a good sized tree, right? But it just looked like it wasn't deep enough. That's the only thing I could, because there are three other trees there,
Mm-hmm.
right? That didn't even bend. And like it wasn't no wind,
Right.
it wasn't no, this one
This
just like
tree was
what?
like got enough weight.
I'm
That's
done.
enough. Good night.
I'm done.
Good night, Irene.
Yeah, I'm finished. And he fell on over, and then the people came out. We had to call them. Brothers came out with big chainsaws and whatnot.
As they had to.
As they
Because
had
we
to
not
do.
Paul
Street
Bunyan
was
and
blocked.
nothing.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, Miss, it's not my tree. Now, would I go and purchase a chainsaw if the tree was on my property? Probably not. That's not my thing. I like my eyes. Let me get somebody that's got insurance.
We don't have a chainsaw, but we have one of those things that cut stuff. I don't know what it's called because I've never done it. No, it's like for outside. It cuts the shrubs or like your trees.
Yeah, like
No,
this?
no. It's electric. It's got the teeth that face outward and they go like this.
A
It looks
hedge
like
trimmer?
it looks like a big sandwich cutter knife
Yeah,
on
yeah,
both sides.
Yeah, it's serrated.
Yes.
It's serrated.
Yes.
And you got it on, that's a hedge trimmer.
Okay.
You hold it like that, you turn it on, and you use that and it trims the hedges.
Oh.
I'm familiar to that because
I don't
growing
use
up
it. I know
on
it's in there.
Sonair Street, we had hedges.
Okay.
And see, that's why I'm not a big fan of
The
yard work.
landscaping stuff.
I grew up, we had a lot that was next to us that was as big as the house that came with the house, and that was our job to weed the garden. I see my partner, get back out there. Get ready. Oh no! And you raised me in the house. I got books. I got bookshelves and music. Ain't no farmer. What are you doing? Oh, I was miserable.
I feel like all kids up to a certain age in the city of New Orleans had yard work to do. Like I used to push a lawnmower.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know how to use an edger for sure. And I'm trying to think of the other things that I was interested in growing a garden at one point or another while I was still living with my parents. So I mean, I feel like that's a rite of passage for people up to a certain age. I think now I have more interest in starting a garden.
Oh, yeah.
My concern though are the four-legged children at home and the lengths I would need to go to keep them out of it. So, but yeah.
That's a good thing too, because a lot of folks get in the gardening right now. And I haven't done it, but I understand it's soothing, meditative, and it's beneficial because you're growing your own stuff,
Right?
Which is not a bad deal at all. So, yeah, why not? But yeah, we had the lawn, the backyard, and the alley.
No, not
No,
that
baby,
wasn't
I
your thing.
don't
But you
cuss.
like outside.
I love outside. I love
And you
outside.
don't really have to cut your grass
Leisure.
in the winter.
And who?
I mean, it
Who?
doesn't grow as much. You don't have to cut it
You
as
don't
often.
you don't have to, but the size don't change.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of grass. It
Yeah.
was for the trust me when I tell you,
Yeah.
a lot of grass. And if all you doing is fussing while you doing it,
Mm.
it's much harder because I didn't have a lot of disposable income then.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't.
Pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, Huckleberry fend my way through this bad boy. You dig?
Mm.
I didn't have it. I had the idea. I just didn't have the funding.
Mm.
I had the. I didn't have the ways and means.
Mm.
I had the idea.
Well,
But
it was a short time.
it wasn't. Listen, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, even with the mad part. Even with the mad part, because raking was. If I had to do something, cutting the grass wasn't bad. Raking was at the bottom and weeding was under that.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
that
get
was
it.
if I just had to cover my brother, he was my brother. I'm cutting the grass.
Mm-hmm.
So what I
So
had
he
to
pulled
do,
rank. So you had this.
I
You
had
had
to rake.
the.
I
Yeah.
had to get the rake, and
You had to clean it up.
oh,
That was before they had the
that was
baggie on
before.
the
And now
end
we
of
finally
the.
got one of them.
Yeah.
We when my paw went out, he got one of them with the
Yeah.
clean up and
That would collect the
that was collected and
the
I had to
blades
grade-
after. Yeah. But
to
that
take
was good
them off.
fertilizer though.
Oh, listen, darling, I wasn't trying to do nothing with
But
it,
throw it
get
away.
rid-
You can use that. That was
I
good
know you
mulch
could.
and kind of
Yes, it
stuff.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
But
it
you
was.
didn't care. You just trying to get
man,
away from
I
get it
was
away.
not Mr. Green Jeans. I was not.
Mm.
It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere, y'all. Stick and stay. We're gonna see y'all on the other side of the break.
I'm Grant Sashera.
And I'm Ro Brown
Please join us for the Sports Report Wednesdays and Fridays.
at 8 p.m. on WBOK.
The Sports Report. WBOK 1230 AM.
Good Friday morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. It's 4 months until Election Day, and several candidates are vying for your vote to be the next mayor of New Orleans. And this morning, many are digesting the first public forum as we heard from 3 of the hopefuls and where they stand on several key issues. Some of the key concerns we heard from many voters was crime, road repairs, affordable housing, and the city's response to homelessness. Several people expressed satisfaction with the candidates' responses, saying what they heard last night gives them a new outlook. Organizers say only 3 of the candidates were invited last night based on a criteria. Governor Jeff Landry vetoes 2 bills that got the green light from lawmakers during the latest session. One of those was House Bill 463, which would expand insurance coverage to state employees and teachers for weight loss drugs. Governor Landry also struck down House Bill 581, which would have banned outdoor balloon releases. The governor says police would have faced excuses and finger pointing from people to avoid meeting the bill's requirements. This morning, the Attorney General's office is looking into whether or not it's legal to require all New Orleans departments to be part of the same financial accounting system, and whether the council can give authority over the Orleans Sheriff's contracting. The clash coming in the wake of the Orleans Parish jailbreak and claims by the sheriff that she needs more money to fix plaguing issues inside the prison. Council members want the sheriff to use the brass system, which is the finance system most city departments use, but the sheriff's office does not believe that. The council says by doing those 2 things, there'll be better oversight and they'll be able to see what the real needs are instead of a constant blame game. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK Have a great day and a phenomenal weekend.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month by the community scientists at Rise St. James. This month, we spotlight phthalates, chemicals added to plastics, especially PVC, to make them more flexible and durable. But there's more. Research shows phthalates may disrupt hormones, affect reproductive health, and contribute to environmental pollution impacting our communities. Join us as we explore how these additives shape our everyday lives and the world around us. For more details, visit risestjames.org. Empower your knowledge with Rise.
Hey, New Orleans, look for important changes to your natural gas service. This summer, Delta Utilities takes over for Entergy Gas with a Louisiana-born, Louisiana-based approach to safe, clean, reliable natural gas. No interruptions or rate changes due to the transition, just dependable service and modernized technology to keep you running smoothly. Get to know us at deltautilities.com and stay tuned for more later this summer. Delta Utilities, focused on natural gas, committed to New Orleans.
Welcome to Liberty Bank and Trust, where your financial journey transforms communities. Since 1972, our customized banking solutions power your dreams and fuel your community growth. Every dollar you invest with us circles back to empower more people, ensuring opportunities for generations. Join us at Liberty Bank. Together, we empower possibility. Visit libertybank.net to start banking with purpose. Liberty Bank. There's freedom here.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM.
What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Oh, boy.
I'm your host, Traylon Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
And that's the class and lesson on the other side.
Oh, my
Getting
goodness.
it thrown over.
Uh-huh.
We'll find out. I see Amari's looking over the shoulders. The last time I saw you was singing the national anthem. Broke out of your mind. It was very, very, very interesting. How you feeling?
Oh, goodness.
I asked you how you feeling about your
See,
whole
you missed that
team.
whole thing. See, this
Yeah.
is why I said to take those off. But you
No,
didn't
obviously
hear what
not.
the
It's okay.
The lead-in was the last time he saw you, you were singing the Star Spangled Banner,
Yeah, you were.
and you were doped
Yeah.
out of your mind.
Out of your mind. Out of your mind.
So how are you
Today,
feeling?
that's why I was asking, how are you feeling now? Because the last time I laid eyes on you, you were, yeah. What we would have called zooted back in the day. You was zooted.
Huh? We can't. We can hear you, but the listening audience cannot.
There you go.
My jaw hurts.
It
Your
hurts
jaw
right
hurts?
now.
Well, we're not going to make you talk
Did
too
it
much.
just start hurting just now because you're laughing?
No, I woke up at like 5 in the morning and then I felt a sharp pain
Okay.
All right. Well, we're not going to make you
All
talk
right.
too much. I'm glad you're doing better.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that pain goes away, we want our own rendition of that Star Spangled Banner. You just had me feeling so patriotic. Man.
Oh,
I'm telling
my
you.
goodness.
Wanted to go out and buy a flag.
Mm.
Midway, I said I gotta go home. I
Got to study for ACT.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
I would have loved
I
to
got
see
to
that.
study for the ACT. How,
Yes,
baby?
how? You be holding the book sideways.
or upside down. There would be no way you'd be studying for the ACT. These formulas don't make any sense. I bet they
Yeah,
don't.
especially with the book
The book
sideways.
is not it's not the right way. Listen, I got more of the story when I got home. I told you guys that Myra was having her wisdom teeth out on Friday, and they do this pre-medication for people who may have what do you call it? White
White-coated hypertension.
Yeah, white coat
anxiety.
anxiety about going to the dentist, which a lot of people have issues with
Absolutely.
going to the dentist, but they give you something to relax you. And so Kamara was saying that she was kind of leaving before they even started giving her the good stuff to get the teeth out. So they wheel her out, and he said he could hear them trying to rouse her to get her out of the chair, and that was a process in and of itself. Come on, Mari, you gotta go, and that was for not. They really did have to do some I don't want to even say cajoling. I think they really were just like, you gotta get up.
Right.
So they wheel her out. She was struggling with the standing. Kamar got her down the elevator, and he was just like, mm-mm. He said he picked her up and put her in the car. So
probably was the easiest thing.
yeah, because he was like,
this ain't working.
No.
Your parts ain't cooperating with each other.
No.
It's just not. But there you go. That's what happens when you insert chemicals into your daily life.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was something to see. It was funny, and even when she got home, she walked into a wall, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
You see
Y'all
that?
let her.
You see that? Everybody was in their own spaces, so it was like I kept saying, "Go lay down," but no, you're not gonna go lay down. Hey, go lay down. No, go lay down. No, you're gonna get up and go to the office. All right, cool. Well, and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, take one of these. Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
The wall that's always been there is in your way right now.
Take
so
one of these.
That was
There
interesting.
you go.
Now, last week you had you were reading through an article about Jane Mansfield, and there is a biography by her daughter, who I did not know was her daughter, and a whole lot of other stuff I didn't know about it either. That's on Max.
Okay.
So I watched it. So Marissa Hartgay.
Marissa Hartgay?
Yes. Is her daughter.
It's Jane Mansfield's daughter.
Yes.
Marissa Hartgay from
Law and Order.
I'm about to say NYPD Blue, but Law and Order. Yes.
Now, Jane Mansfield. Right. Everybody knows the music.
Boom, boom.
She's from Texas. She was married to a guy from Texas. I don't remember his name. And she had a daughter. She knew she wanted to be an actress. Now, she's a classically trained pianist and classically trained violinist.
The daughter?
No, Jane Mansfield. Yeah. And she spoke Italian, Hungarian, and something else. Who would know? Well, and further, who would ask? And if you're not familiar with Jane Mansfield, she followed after Marilyn Monroe.
She was one of what they call the bombshell.
The bombshell, not a natural blonde by any stretch of the imagination. Her hair was very dark.
She was a big girl.
Yes.
She was not no Twiggy by any stretch. Neither was Marilyn.
No.
Neither was Marilyn.
No. So she married a Mr. Universe.
Okay.
And I forgot what his last name is. Well, no, his last name is Hartgay, because that's what I think Marissa's last name is. But we know the first daughter is for the first husband. Then there were a set of boys that were with Mr. Universe. Well, Mariska's dad ain't that guy.
Okay.
And so they it's like that comes out like at the end. Her dad, well, at the time she filmed this, was still alive. I don't know if he still is now, is an Italian singer. And all that while she thought her dad was the Hartgay.
Part of the Mr. Universe guy.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and then Jane gets married again and has another kid, but she died in the car accident in Biloxi, traveling from Biloxi to here, which I was like, oh, well, of course you'd be headed to New Orleans, but okay. But it was a really interesting documentary in her life of how smart and talented she was, but a lot of that was nobody had any interest in it, because in a couple of interviews the people were saying like this is all an act. Like, you're very smart and you're very this and very that. And right.
That's what she did. That was a hustle.
Right.
That was her hustle, because she knew what would sell. She was brilliant. She was very smart.
But like the particular that interviewer was like wanted to express to other people like, yeah, this is what has your interest, but like who she actually is so much more interesting.
Yes.
But y'all are missing out on that. So I was like, that was crazy. And it was messed up how she died. Like that last husband was the end of her. But yeah, watching the whole thing, I would have never connected the two. Mariska Hargitay, I would have never connected her to Jane Mansfield, but she said she purposely separated who she was from her mom or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it was crazy. I was like, wow, all of these different things that go on in people's real lives that you didn't have access to.
Just regular people
I
with a
prefer
different
to
job.
know these things after people have lived it and not while they in the thick of it.
Nah, well, yeah. They live interesting lives, man.
Yeah.
That's why I like autobiography. I like to hear your story about yourself. You tell me about it. And also, man, we didn't get a chance to say last week we lost the great Lalo Schifrin, who is a musician, composer, and one of his most famous tunes is the theme from Mission Impossible.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the
I
cat.
saw that he had passed.
Lalo Schifrin, bad musician, work with everybody. But that's what he was best known for. Mission Impossible theme. Yeah. That's what we talking about. James Mansfield.
Tandra Reed says that Jane Mansfield and Marilyn Monroe were in competition. Mansfield wouldn't do a lot of what Monroe did to get ahead. Well, she had children.
Yeah.
And she had a husband.
Already.
So that really wasn't.
She had already got ahead.
Yeah, it was, she wasn't, her goal wasn't to be married. She started Hollywood with a kid in tow and with a husband. The husband was not, I guess he wasn't willing to take second fiddle.
Yeah. She didn't like her being ego. She was a bigger star.
But the second one was he was like all in support, even in all of who he was, which I think was the balance. The first husband was the first husband, but the second husband was Mr. Universe. Yeah.
He got it.
Mr. Universe and Jane Mansfield.
He got it. He
Yeah.
understood fame. He understood celebrity. He got it. He said, look, man, go get it. I'll be here for you. Let's get it done. Let's make this money.
Yeah.
Make this money. Why not?
So that's crazy.
504-582-9422 is the number right here. Good morning, Elwin.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all talk about the national anthem.
Good morning.
But the
Wait a
best
minute.
person-
Wait a minute.
Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Braylon. Good morning, radio crew.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I was talking about the national anthem. Well, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna say it this way. Nobody did the national anthem like Whitney Houston did it.
I don't know. She did it real well, but I'm a fan of Marvin Gaye at the '76 All-Star game, NBA All-Star
Well, that was
game.
70. That was 76. I'm talking about when Whitney Houston did it.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Have you heard Marvin's version from the All-Star game?
Yeah, I heard Marvin's version, but Whitney Houston is the top.
Nah, that's what you said.
In my book.
Yeah, that in your thought. Yeah, I hear you.
The world according to Elwin.
There you go. I ain't mad. It's a good one now. It's one of the best, but not for me. It ain't the top.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Oh, that's a great one.
Oh,
y'all was
she
talking
ain't no
about the
joke.
people who lost.
Let
It
me
was
tell
a
you
great
something.
one.
And I'm just a fan of Marvin. I
think that's fair, but like with the whole planes flying over and the whole
it was a show.
It was a production.
Oh, it was she tore it up. Ain't no question. And my man was just were they in Philly? I think that All-Star game might have been in Philly that year.
You know sports. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, this ain't sports. This Marvin.
I don't know.
Yeah, this ain't sports. This Marvin.
Y'all get into the sports trivia.
But
you lose me.
Yeah, that's music.
And y'all was talking about people we lost. We lost Dave Parker of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I saw that, man.
Oh, the who?
Oh, the Pirate baseball team.
Oh.
Big Dave Parker. Yeah, he was an all-star, man. Back in the
Yeah,
day.
he was
How old he
74
was,
years
Elvin,
old. He was 74.
74. That's a good run. 4 to the good.
Yeah, he was good. I don't remember that World Series he played in, but um, they say he had a strong arm back in those days.
Yeah. Big man, bro. Big old dude.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, man?
Where are you, Elwin?
My weekend is fine.
Oh, it's still
I'm in
going
the,
on?
No, it stopped.
Where you at right now, cuz?
I'm in the living room.
Oh, all right.
Are you watching the stories? Because it's loud.
Yeah, I'm watching Good Times.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that sound like I heard Thelma say something. I'm
watching
about to
Good
get
Times.
jealous. I said, man, Thelma over there by Elwin, man. I'd hope you wouldn't be on the phone with me if she was.
Right?
Don't know.
You don't know.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, that's fair enough.
Okay.
So you good, huh?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, my brother. Well, it's always good to hear from you, man. Sound like Thelma and JJ and Willona got your attention. So you go on and watch them and we'll talk back at you, all right?
Well, look, can I make 5 on the Black Hand side?
There you go.
That's your guess at the movie?
That's his guess at movie, but you won't guess the theme now that you own it too?
What?
Never mind. Keep listening. Call us back.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, well.
Alrighty then.
It is Movie Monday.
It is that. We haven't even gotten there yet.
We haven't.
5 on the black hand side.
Did you ever see that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That doesn't sound like a movie. It sounds like a movie I would remember if I had seen it.
5 on the black hand side. I saw it. I think I saw 5 on the black hand side at the Lowe's.
Oh, okay. The building is there, but it's not. It wasn't it a concert venue at one point?
At one time.
Yeah.
At one time. They had a couple of shows in there. I don't know what's being done.
I don't know
with
what's there now. Is it a nail shop? I don't know.
Could be. Could be T-shirts, yeah. Something like that.
So after Jane Mansfield watched the Rock Hudson documentary.
Yeah. Rocket.
That was hilarious because in plain sight and in the movies where he was playing a straight man pretending to be gay to not be in a relationship where he was actually a gay man pretending to be straight. I was like, and y'all funny. Like this is funny that the American public I had no idea. I didn't even know.
No.
Did you?
It was.
Did you not?
It was a Hollywood scene.
The photo spread of him and his air quote best friend sharing an apartment. Nobody picked up on that.
Nope.
Y'all funny.
No, because he was rock. People wanted to be that. The men wanted to. He was Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
He was Linda Evans' husband
in Dynasty. For a very short time.
For a very short time because he got sick while he was
right.
sick while he was filming it.
He
was sick while he was filming it. But prior to that, we talking Rock Hudson. We talking bum 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 bum. And he was Rock Hudson. That's why I tell you it's what you see.
Mm-hmm.
You could see what you see, but it that's what they're portraying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hustle, just like old girl.
Like
Jane Mansfield. Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Very, very smart.
But had to
dumb it up for y'all.
For y'all.
And
because she knew she wouldn't have made it she probably would have made it, but she wouldn't have had that level of success.
The roles would have been a lot more limiting, I think, in the what's the word? The desire or the peer. I think I have seen Cotton come to Harlem.
You say you ain't seen nothing until you seen 5 on the black.
That's okay. Side. I think I've gone without seeing it this long. I think I'll be okay.
I tell you.
I think I'll be fine.
That's that era.
I guess. And then after that one, I watched some other things, but guess what? I finally returned to watching.
What?
I told you I was trying to watch it before and I turned it off. I couldn't. You remember?
Not The Shining. Huh? No, it's not a horror movie.
No.
What is it?
Treme.
Oh, right.
I watched it. I mean, I turned it on, and once I saw a couple of flashes before, it was a couple months ago, I told you I was gonna watch it, and I turned it. I was like, nope, not in the space to be able to watch it. But I actually did start watching it again, and
You started at the beginning.
Yeah,
you started at the beginning.
yes,
Okay.
and it was like, Mari, come and look. Oh, he's in a lot of stuff. And yes, he is. And then there was we got to the episode where you were coming out of City Hall.
Yes.
And she was like, he was playing himself. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Playing himself.
That's what the writers say.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be nobody else. Eric Overmyer told me that.
Okay.
He said you cannot. You're here. We're gonna keep you, but you can't be nobody except Graylin Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Say, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with that. That'll be easy. That's an easy lift.
Uh-huh.
You know, I know that dude, man. So,
And we went through the the episodes was picking out people. She saw Kermit. That was we just saw. Yes, you did. Just picking people out. And Davis.
Oh yeah. Davis Rogan.
Yes.
Who we interviewed
at French Quarter Fest.
At French Quarter Fest.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was like, no, like I've actually seen these people in real life. And it's like, yeah,
That's right.
We have.
That's right.
We definitely have. For sure.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Life imitating art imitating life.
All
Which
of
one
the
is
things.
it?
All of the things.
Everything, everywhere, all at once, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That won the Academy Award. I never saw it either.
Everything All at Once?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I think 2 years ago. It swept. It won like it was a Korean movie. People, I never saw it.
I never saw it either,
said
and
it was
possibly
really,
the people
really
who
good.
voted in the Academy Awards didn't even see it either, because it just became a rule that you have to watch all of the nominees now.
Well, enough
Before
of them
that
watched
wasn't a thing.
Look, enough of them watched it because they swept it. They did really good. I never saw it. I wanted to watch it because sometimes you luck up on a good movie, but I haven't seen it yet. I may have to do that. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere. Y'all stick and stay. It's Moving Monday. We'll see you on the other.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
It's a hot and humid Friday across southeast Louisiana with highs near 90 and feels like temps in the upper 90s. We've got a 60% chance for scattered storms this afternoon, so keep the umbrella close just in case. Looking ahead to the weekend, expect more heat, humidity, and those daily afternoon storm chances sticking around. Stay cool and stay weather aware. For the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hey, everybody, it's Graylin Brian Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the Front Porch, y'all. You know how we do every Monday. It's Moving Monday.
And Tuesday, it's Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Here to us.
Hey.
And that was her that just picked that little Liberian girl cut to come on right there. Of course, she's being overseen by Nyron and at the same time teaching the rest of the interns how the board works. It's working out just fine, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Great energy in here on this Movie Monday, so it's good to have y'all in here. 504-582-9422. What's good, Josh?
What's that? Good morning, good people.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good, chilling. Hey, I watched that movie Straw, like I said in the comments. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Josh.
Like,
I haven't seen it, so but listen, feel free to talk about it, spoilers, whatever you feel like, because I probably
no, I ain't
won't
gonna do it. I know, but it's just like he was almost want to make a good movie, and then he just stopped it. Like, no, let's put something stupid in here.
That's cool.
To make it
they tried
good.
to, and they stopped him.
It's like he was like me watching it. Like the premise almost good. It's like it could be a good movie. Then something stupid happened. Like it almost was. I'm not a big fan of the girl in the movie. What's
Taraji P. Henson?
Yeah, I'm not.
You don't like Taraji?
No, not Taraji. The other girl, Iman Shumpert's ex-wife.
Oh, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah,
you don't like her?
No. She just, to me, she's probably the worst part of it.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
To me, worst part of it. I would have to say that Taraji P. pretty much held the movie together. And I was already invested, so now, because I wanted to stop at 15 minutes in.
But you ain't no quitter, huh, Josh?
I got to see where this goes to properly give it what I'm going to give it.
Okay.
And unlike the Academy Award winners who do, not for people who vote in the Academy Awards, they don't watch them all. I watched it. I'm like, damn, just terrible.
Just terrible.
Like,
that's the rating.
That's the best I can give you. Like
just terrible.
Like I told you, I finished it because the fact is I was invested, and I got to see where it goes. But Taraji P. Henson is probably the best thing that happened there. Other than that, it was just too much, and too. At one point, she was scared of a cop who was off duty and threatened her, right? So they trying to find out. She said, "I'm not coming out until you give me the cop, or you get rid of the cop who did this and that and the third." So they trying to find out who wrote her a ticket. It took them 13 damn hours to find out who wrote the ticket. They're in the same city. 13 hours.
Okay.
I just know. I'm like, I don't know if Tyler Perry talked to any policemen before making these movies and whatnot, but I don't think it works like that.
A technical advisor, in other words, is you think
yes,
that's what
he
they
needed
missing?
that. He needed that pretty much. He never had people that are like real everyday people in his movies. I don't like real everyday people. Taraji P. Henson was the only one that's like an everyday regular person.
Everybody else was a caricature.
She's like, nah, these are 2-minute Jet Beauty of the Week people in here.
Oh.
Too many.
Oh.
So, yeah. But I did what I did do watch though on Sundays. I watched the History Channel.
Okay.
So they got this certain show about toys that kids play with in the 30s and 20s and 40s. They was trying to kill those kids, man.
Hey, man, that's when I grew up. Nah, I'm lying. I ain't that old. But
nah,
yeah,
you're that old.
We didn't have a lot. There was.
They was trying to kill. They had a chemistry set that helps you make a nuclear cloud.
I couldn't make a nuclear cloud, but I did have several chemistry sets, and I could tell you when we burned out my
injured yourself.
Well, no, not myself, but we did. Me and my cousin Kelly, we burned up my red kitchen because we were making gunpowder. I think I told you that story.
Yes,
yes. Yeah, we were making gunpowder. So
man, there's other toy that helps you, like it's a chemistry set, but you make your own glass for beacons.
Yeah,
your glass beacons. You blew out glass at the extreme heat, 1,200 degrees.
Very hot.
For kids. For kids, bro. I'm like, yo, they tried to kill people back then.
But the gag is, kids knew even then certain things that they shouldn't do. These kids ain't got good sense at all.
Yeah, you could trust us, man. Back then, some stuff might happen, but it was because you tried to do it, not because you didn't. Not because it was an accident. Folks don't have any idea nowadays, and they'll be getting in trouble, don't even know why.
Right.
They have no idea why.
That generation, they was trying to prepare the kids for real life. So they were trying to give them kind of like jobs as toys. So it was just I'm like, I love this series. I'm like, I want to hear more of this dangerous stuff here.
I love it, bro. Where's that on the History Channel? Came on last night on Sunday?
Come on Sundays. It's hosted by the Fonz. I don't know his real name.
Henry Winkler. What?
Yeah. It's hosted by the Fonz.
Hosted by the Fonz.
Hosted by and then we know who the Fonz is.
Henry Winkler.
Know who the Fonz is. We all not them kids on that glass don't know who the Fonz is. But we know who the Fonz is.
Hey.
But it comes on Sundays, man, and I tell you what, bro, I'm listening to this stuff. They had, remember the dart game when you threw in the backyard, threw in the air, and let it fall down?
The dart. We just talked about weren't we talking about lawn darts?
You know what I mean? People be
yes, we did.
Right
we were talking about games.
Dude,
yeah.
I had lawn darts.
Yes.
We had lawn darts.
The one with the point, because I was saying that I've seen lawn darts as well, but it was rounded to hit the ground like a thud. But yeah, you told me about the lawn darts.
Metal tip points that you threw
like
underhanded.
It's like about a 3-inch needle. It's a 3-inch metal needle coming down with more.
It was like a spike, actually. It was like a small spike.
What happened to you? I was impaled in the chest. How? How did you get impaled with the chest? I was playing lawn darts.
Yeah.
Yo, this, that, and also the merry-go-round. If you notice, there's no more merry-go-rounds at playgrounds anymore because it was a death trap.
Two.
I love merry-go-round.
We used to spin them and just
really fast.
Oh, absolutely.
You just made sure you held on
you
tight.
Better hold
get
on.
rid of it.
You better hold on.
Because you wanted the people who could spin real fast. That was good
I
times.
know, but you holding on with a child's grip, Kimber, like you can't handle that.
No, you wrapped around it with your arms and your legs.
And if your little man behind fly off there, then hold it, stop, drop, and roll, doggone.
And now the dangerous part was when you got thrown off it was just gravel.
It was just gravel, or dirt, or something.
I never fell off a merry-go-round.
Hey, bro, listen.
Never.
We were built different then, Josh.
Never.
We got to take this break, man, but keep listening.
I don't know how they lived, bro. I don't know how they made it through.
And
they did. They made it.
And invented Nintendo.
And Atari.
There you go. We'll see you on the other side of the break, brother. Keep listening. All right. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere. Y'all stick and stay. We're going to take this quick break, and we're going to see you on the other side of
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
New Schools for New Orleans, along with New Orleans Public Schools and the Cowell Institute, are excited to announce the launch of a new digital tool on the data dashboard. New Orleans Public Schools, 20 years later, a timeline of recovery, transformation, and growth. The tool provides data, information, and context on the past 20 years of K-12 education in New Orleans, the changes that occurred, and the outcomes these changes helped produce. Visit nolapublicsschools.com/K20 to view the tool and learn more.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Elon Musk is slamming President Trump's massive spending bill, calling it utterly insane and destructive. But on NBC's Meet the Press, GOP Senator Markwayne Mullin brushed it off, saying Musk just doesn't know.
I respect Elon. I think he's right for his opinion, but he just doesn't know. And so I have to disregard that.
The Senate is racing to pass the bill by July 4th. Adriana Smith, the Black Georgia woman kept on life support until her baby was born, has been laid to rest. Declared brain dead in February, her baby arrived on June 13th. A GoFundMe now supports her newborn and 7-year-old son as lawmakers take notice. And LeBron James is staying with the Lakers. He picked up his $52.6 million player option for next season, skipping free agency. The NBA legend will begin a record 23rd season this fall, his 7th in Los Angeles. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning, y'all.
That's Amari Dupree just tossed it over here to us.
My jaw still hurts.
You'll be okay. Drink water.
And of course, Nyron is over there, making sure he's doing what he's doing. And all the interns are here getting it in, learning stuff. And it's good to have y'all with us as we roll into this second hour of today's broadcast of the Front Porch, continuing from the idyllic campus of Xavier University, from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the address. Or you can hit us up on the talk line. 504-582-9422 is the number. Holla at your people. Let us know what's happening. Sean said the other great TV shows, Fat Albert.
Sha-na-na. Wow.
With Bowser. Remember Bowser?
Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na. Yeah.
$6 Million Man. That's Steve Austin. Lee Majors. Starsky and Hutch. One of them just died.
Okay.
One of them just died. I think the blonde.
One of them.
Yeah, because it's still that's the blonde and brunette.
I'm just saying one of them because I don't remember which was Starsky or which was Hutch.
Starsky
I cannot
was
help.
the dark and haired one.
Okay.
And Hutch was the blonde.
Okay.
The Rockford Files, of course. James.
Kane? No, I don't remember.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
looking at
remember.
him. No, that's big old tall
I
dude,
cannot
man.
offer
Jan
help.
Rockford was Well, if I was on Jeopardy, I'd lose all my little money.
If you were on Jeopardy, you would remember that.
I'd lose all my money. Not what is anyway. I'm trying to think
It'll
too
come
hard.
back.
Columbo is Peter Falk.
Mm-hmm.
I know who that was. One more thing.
He reminds me of Monk.
Yeah, that's that quirk.
Mm-hmm.
That quirk. Now Monk had the
He had OCD.
He had OCD,
Mm-hmm.
and I think your boy Columbo he liked making you think he was dumb.
I feel like maybe he had a disorder, but we didn't know about it. James Garner.
I was calling him James.
There
I
we
couldn't
go.
go. Yes, James Garner.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of those people, if you go back and look at some of those things, there were people who had disorders that had not been classified as of yet because we didn't know.
Oh yeah,
we didn't know.
That was me. Hello. I'm so glad y'all didn't know.
Oh,
I'm so glad
Lord.
science had not caught up, technology and all that understanding had not caught up. I shudder to think
what they would have done had they had the
Done
information.
to me, what they would have done to me.
Mm.
What they'd have done to me. Look what they done to my song. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I'm so glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad.
So yeah, but no, looking at a lot of those things is like you look at the different diagnoses of the people in those shows.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
talking about like Columbo?
Any
Well,
of
I guess
them.
Columbo might have been a hoarder or whatever. Whenever we looking at, but he was just disheveled. He was not by any means unorganized or. I think, like I say, for him it was an act.
Mm-hmm.
For him it was an act. He just think, so yeah, this raincoat wrinkle, old Volvo backfiring, got a stinking dog up there, and all that's the. Oh, okay, they sent this idiot. And once you think that,
Like Clouseau.
he got you.
Yeah, like Clouseau.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Falling over stuff. Is it this dude's name? Yeah, he is kind of
Throw it off.
but he ain't stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact,
Wasn't
brilliant.
stupid at all. Yeah,
Matter of
wasn't
fact, he
stupid at
kinda
all.
brilliant. So you might want to be careful.
Mm.
Wind up in penitentiary.
Yes, indeed.
Wind up in penitentiary. I really do like Columbo, though. I think he was one of the better detectives and better written detective shows because it was always a little twist,
Mm-hmm.
Even back then. Yeah, Peter Falk. That's my man.
Peter Falk. Okay.
I'll watch David Soul. That's him, Tandra. David
From
Soul.
what?
Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, okay.
Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, that's him. I think he just passed.
Okay.
I've been watching. Last night I started watching season 3 of Squid Game. Now, have you watched Squid Game?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have not. I watched episode 2 of season 3 of The Gilded Age yesterday.
People with British accents.
Not all of them. No, they're American.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's okay. So I want to say it was the 1800s, late 18, early 1900s.
Okay.
Of people coming or having settled. Like this is New York when
immigrants were coming in?
Yes.
Immigrants?
Yes.
From Europe?
Yes.
White people?
Yes.
Really? They weren't white then, though.
Well, they were different kind of whites because when they were talking about who could be what, if you weren't of a certain
if you weren't white,
lineage,
Anglo-Saxon, Protestant.
Yeah,
that's what that was. WASP.
yeah.
You had to be from England or maybe United Kingdom, England, somewhere around. And if
or
you weren't
from a line
that came from there.
came from that,
yes.
yeah.
But in anywhere else, and that's what the insidious part about this whole thing when we talk about race in this country is about, because none of them people got along.
Mm-hmm.
Because
They did not.
They did not. The WASPs hated the French, hated the Germans, who hated the Poles, who hated the Czechs, All
if
of
you
y'all.
had new money, they wasn't messing with you.
Baby, listen. And then when y'all got to the great shores of America, they said, "Oh, listen, just be white."
Well, it took them a while for them to get to
Oh, they
just be
know.
white.
They
It
know.
took them a while because they ain't like each other at all.
Italians, Sicilians. See, that's why I don't know New Orleans history. And I remember when they hung them 8 Sicilians right there in the parish prison. Who killed the chief? Because they said somebody killed the chief and they blamed one of the Sicilians. They lynched them right there in the parish prison. Mob broke in and lynched them. Yeah, they did.
So yeah, but the new season is out. So I was checking that out yesterday.
All right.
Well, the second episode is out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
There, if you like a movie with a it's kind of got a couple of twists in it. It's called I'll Be Good to You.
I'll be good to you.
I'll do. Oh, it was on Netflix, but long story short, lady gets the chance to take over you if I'm working with the system and we get you declared nuts, Kimber nuts. We you ain't got no family, but we done check your stuff, and then we get you declared nuts and we send you to the jail. I'm gonna send you to the this home, but we go in and take your stuff because I've been declared your legal guardian because we're saying that
I'm insane.
You're insane, and legally it's like the law. The law says that if you don't have no family, or if you are John Doe, or if anything like that, they find you, somebody will step in according to the law and become your legal guardian, which means that they got all your stuff, your bank accounts, your house, your deeds. So they was taking the people.
So they Baker Act the people and
put them
take
in,
their stuff.
and that's the premise of the story. But I'm not gonna say no more because it would, go see it. It's pretty good. I'm gonna find out the name, but it was on Netflix, and I really like the ending.
That's a movie or is it a series?
No, it's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie about 87 minutes, not quite an hour and a half.
Okay.
504-582-9422. Al Moore, what's that?
Hey, man, always a pleasure, Mr. Banks. How you doing, buddy?
Always to have you. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, sir. How you doing this
Yes,
morning?
sir. Oh, pretty good. It's just amazing about look at race, culture, politics in America, and it's so amazing when I look at our history. I read and you look at the 14th Amendment. It's just so amazing that that had to be passed to recognize African Americans who were slaves who had kids will become American citizens. But I found it so interesting that white folks from England, Germany, Ireland, all those different countries, they were automatically grandfathered, automatically because they were white, they were citizens. Ain't there something?
Oh, yeah, because they wanted to buttress the numbers. See, that came from the fact that somebody looked up during the census right around the turn of the century and saw that the numbers, the sheer numbers, they were being Europeans, I'm referring to, were being outnumbered by the enslaved Africans and the natives. That's when they started to say, let's import us some more people who we really don't like, but they white. Or we could tell them they white. Or they appear white. We could tell them they white. And you see, that's what it was. It was because it was out of fear. Like so much of the stuff that's going on right now, they realized that their numbers, if these people ever rose up together, if they ever got together, they would be wiped out. So they knew they had to buttress their numbers. So they started asking for your poor, your tired, your huddled masses yearning to be free.
Look, Banks, don't laugh. I was not laughing at you. I was just laughing what you say because it makes a lot of sense, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm thinking about this. It's amazing about how definitions are defined on how you want to define it. Let me give you an example of what I mean. A terrorist. Look at the word terrorist. Now think about how I say this. Look at Jews. Please forgive me. I'm not against Jews, but look at Jews who formed Israel when England, when Great Britain was dominating the Middle East in the late 40s and 50s. England looked at Jews as terrorists, but they consider patriots. It's just so amazing how you define when the culture and the color of your skin. It looks like everything about us is being, we consider rebels when we want to fight for our people. But yet you had these so-called patriots that fought, and so happens to be white. Please forgive me. They look at, it's amazing how you look at different upon the color of their skin.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know that old term that one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. You know what I'm saying? it depend on what side you on and who you asking, who you looking at, right?
And see the thing that what it's amazing about the Trump organization, the presidency, and you can't find no president is so divisive as him. And I think it's so amazing that he's using anybody who speak up. Listen, this is just my opinion. I think Trump cared more about Israel than the man on the moon. But he's using that as like what Tulane and all those prestigious universities are saying, the anti-Semitic. Listen, there's young people who are voicing their opinion, protest, like Americans have always protest. Afro-Americans always protest. If we had never protest, we wouldn't be the nation that we are. This nation was formed on protest and violence.
True.
Let's be real about it.
This is 4th of July. It's coming up in the
Yes,
next
sir.
couple of days.
That's right. This nation was founded on protest and violence. So let's make like we so clean, kind, holy, then thou. We fought from holy, we fought from thou. Let's be real about that. But it's good when we talk the truth, and appreciate you, Banks, because you say a lot of truthful. Not that I don't want to call you. I call other times on other people. Not that I don't want to talk to you, brother. Be more than glad to talk to you. But I always appreciate it when you give me a chance to voice my opinion.
Always, Elmo. We appreciate hearing from you, brother. You enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
Thank you, young lady. Thank you, Mr. Banks.
Yeah, you're right. Take care. 504-582-9422. What's up, Don?
What's happening? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are
Kimber and Mr. Banks.
Sir.
Yeah. You know, I like to think, I heard that Zulu King was on, and the president. You know, when people they talk about the issue of blackface, and they explain it very profoundly, black makeup.
Uh-huh.
You know, I've never seen anybody with, I think eyeliner is black, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Mascara itself was black, wasn't it?
It is.
But yeah, right. But look, the thing I want to say is, I don't want them to get bogged down as an organization with that issue, when the bigger issue is the way that they, King and all their characters are elected. Their elections are more democratic and should spill over to the larger society in the process of how they elect these characters, if you will, through a process. The process that they use is more democratic than it is what we see today as a plutocratic, if that's the word they say is used when you have a small segment of wealthy elites controlling the political apparatus and system.
Yes, sir.
It's the same thing with labor unions. Labor unions is more democratic than corporations. But the brother said something that I quickly wanted to expound on when he said white men had the right to vote. It was white men, it was really property owners.
Landowners.
Landowners had the right to vote. And it didn't necessarily mean white men. Because after the Civil War, remember, some white men, couples had land, and after the Civil War and during the other wars, men were killed, and the land was left to their widows. So you had women that had the right to vote, technically, because they was landowners. And we forget that caveat. And even Africans, they had a small portion of Africans that owned land. They technically had the right to vote. The issue is the discrimination and the apparatuses that they use to deny people the right to vote. We get caught up in the color. That's right, But the right is the process. That's why I say Zulu Associated Pleasure Club is more in line with democracy, and our labor unions are more in line with our democracy by the way they have one person, one vote. Everyone has a chance to run for office. Everyone has a chance to vote. Whereas in corporations, only the top, if I may be one person, but I own 10 million shares, like the Jeff Bezos. He is a publicly traded company, but he has millions, billions of voting shares, preferred voting stock. There's preferred stock, and then there's common stock. So the issue with Zulu Associated Pleasure Club, I hope they would really focus now, since they put that to bed, the black makeup issue and black face, as opposed to the larger implications of how they operate as an organization, social aid and pleasure organization that transcended. It's not no fly-by-night organization. They've been around over a century, and they've navigated the political scene. And it's just like our historically black colleges and universities. They've never had a policy to discriminate against anyone. So people say it's a black organization. Well, it's a social aid and pleasure club. And the social aspect of it is, how do our society operate? What are the systems that are in place to incorporate and include as opposed to exclude and give privilege to a limited few, if you will. So I hope that makes sense. But
you're right, Don. Thank you for that, my brother. Appreciate
all right, thank
you.
you.
Take care. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about
all day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're gonna take this quick break. We're gonna see you on the other side of it. It is Moving Monday.
It is.
You're on the Front Porch. You're on the Front Porch.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Good Friday morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. It's 4 months until Election Day, and several candidates are vying for your vote to be the next mayor of New Orleans. And this morning, many are digesting the first public forum as we heard from 3 of the hopefuls and where they stand on several key issues. Some of the key concerns we heard from many voters was crime, road repairs, affordable housing, and the city's response to homelessness. Several people expressed satisfaction with the candidates' responses, saying what they heard last night gives them a new outlook. Organizers say only 3 of the candidates were invited last night based on a criteria. Governor Jeff Landry vetoes 2 bills that got the green light from lawmakers during the latest session. One of those was House Bill 463, which would expand insurance coverage to state employees and teachers for weight loss drugs. Governor Landry also struck down House Bill 581, which would have banned outdoor balloon releases. The governor says police would have faced excuses and finger-pointing from people to avoid meeting the bill's requirements. This morning, the Attorney General's office is looking into whether or not it's legal to require all New Orleans departments to be part of the same financial accounting system, and whether the council can give authority over the Orleans Sheriff's contracting. The clash coming in the wake of the Orleans Parish jailbreak and claims by the sheriff that she needs more money to fix plaguing issues inside the prison. Council members want the sheriff to use the brass system, which is the finance system most city departments use, but the sheriff's office does not believe that. The council says by doing those 2 things, there'll be better oversight and they'll be able to see what the real needs are instead of a constant blame game. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day and a phenomenal weekend.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the whole water stove, Pastor David Impartan Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch. 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning, y'all.
And that is Amari Dupree. What's that young man's name, Amari?
Mason.
That's Mason that just threw it over to us right here this morning. Of course, Amari was right over his shoulders, making sure that he was doing what he was supposed to do the same way that Nyron is over our shoulders.
Right.
Making sure, because we stack deep over there, y'all.
Feverishly waving.
That's right. But we got it done, and we are back here with you guys, just talking about a new discovery I made. And it was new to me. It is not new. I didn't discover it.
Oh, Lord have
But
mercy.
I discovered it was new to me. Y'all know I drink tea every day, right?
Mhm.
I got my little Yeti. You can see it right here.
Yes, you can.
And I get nothing from the Yeti people. They're not a sponsor of either myself or the show. But I do like my little Yeti cup for my tea.
Yes.
Howsoever. And the only thing I'm drinking here is tea, except for the 1 or 2 times
Water.
there have been no alcohol.
But there's water in that.
There's water in my big Yeti.
Yes.
The only thing that's ever been in this one is water.
Okay.
The only thing that's ever been in this one is water. This one I've used on like errant parties or Mardi Gras festivals or whatever, you know, and I've had a cocktail or 2 in here. But 95% of the time there is tea.
Okay.
right? And I drink green tea and ginger tea and some other stuff, and it's all like a bunch of stuff in here.
It is.
So after a while, the stainless steel got stained.
Yes.
Right? It was kind of brownish. I didn't think it affected the taste because I'd rinse it. I knew it was clean, right?
You rinse it out?
I know. I wash it.
I
But,
say you rinsed it out.
I sometimes, if I'm just making my cup, but on a regular at night after I have my last cup, I wash it. I put. But I stand up there scrubbing, and I'm like, I tried it a couple of times.
I've disinfected it. It has stains on it, like spaghetti
like
goes
spaghetti in
on
a
your
cup or a cup.
Tupperware.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. But it is clean. I know it's clean. So I don't know what made me think of what can I do to get my cup clean. And why I had that thought, I have no idea, because I was doing nothing that would make you think that cleaning stuff
I
was
should
on
be
my
cleaning
mind.
this right now.
Yeah, but wherever the thought came from, of course, I picked up the phone because I had tried before. I said, wait a minute. Let me see. What does somebody recommend? Right? YouTube, how to clean
Your
stainless
Yeti.
steel Yeti cup. First thing pop up. Polydent. Wait a minute. What? Polydent. People teeth ain't stainless steel.
No. But there's still there's metal in it.
There's metal in it, but because when I think Polydent, I think Martha Ray and the old school, because she was the spokesperson. Y'all remember Martha Ray had them big teeth. Bo Martha Ray had some big old teeth. She smiled. I mean, big old teeth, and
That's
she
like-
was
that's-
the spokesperson for Polydent.
That's like those new teeth that people get now.
People get new teeth big
Yeah,
like that.
yes, they're veneers. The veneers.
Now I could see if you had them little chicklet teeth.
No, they are horribly big.
I don't know.
Awfully big.
I haven't seen.
They
them,
look
but-
ridiculous. They're huge, and I mean it makes you like when people get braces and your mouth has to get adjusted to like
having all that extra.
having extra. Well, the veneers that people get are capped teeth, because capped teeth was a thing for a long time.
Very expensive too.
Yeah, but they are huge, and people are buying them on purpose and wearing them.
No, well, good luck with that. Wilbur.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
But no, I found that out. The people said Polydent. So I jumped in the car, ran over to the neighborhood
pharmacy,
druggist, and searched around. And the only part I was saying, let me just try this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get a little small pack, see if it's any veracity to this YouTube thing.
Mm-hmm.
But why they had number 90 and 120?
Because when people buy stuff to clean their dentures, you're hoping they're doing it daily.
I don't know how to, but I don't need all.
Right, you didn't need it for the same purposes.
Yeah, man.
You didn't need it for the same purposes because, like, when I
got a sonic care for my teeth, they don't stay in the jaw by my bed. They stay in my mouth overnight. I got a sonic care knock them out with.
Lord.
You understand?
Because when I
no
clean my
jaw.
retainers, I use denture cleaner.
Yeah. Well, kids, I'm happy to report. Kimber just saw my cup.
Mm-hmm.
It is shining like new money.
Very much so is.
It is shining, and I'm telling you, it was stained. It's been years. I'm not kidding. I just, I drink tea. We've been on the show.
Yes.
I drink tea, and my cup was pretty stained.
Mm-hmm.
And it took 2 applications. The first time I did it, I put 1 tablet in,
Mm-hmm.
and they say don't use hot water, so of course I use boiling hot water.
Oh my God.
Of course I did, because those are instructions for dentures, right? And I can see why you wouldn't want to do that with dentures, but that wasn't
with
the sound
steel,
of dentures. This is stainless steel. So I said, okay.
There's still metal in that thing, but all right.
Boiling water,
Mm-hmm.
boiling hot water, put it in there, let it sit, boom, boom, boom. Went back and checked it. A little bit lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, work it a little bit, but okay, let me see what's happening. So, of course, being who
Took
I
a
is,
little bit of a scruff off.
Took a little bit. Then they say scrape it with a paper towel. Don't use nothing steel. Don't use no steel wool.
And did you?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
used the paper
You
towel.
followed instructions
Followed
for that
instructions
one.
on that part because that's wiping it out. I know I don't want to scrape. That's gonna
Mhm.
leave them little metal pieces in there, and I got to drink that. And I don't want got enough iron in my blood. But I wiped it out with the paper towel. Saw the little brown. I said, okay, let's stand coming out. I said, but no, this ain't nearly what I thought. So what did we do? Got some more hot water, and I dropped 2 tabs in there this time. I said, let me see if we drop 2 tabs, and I'm just gonna fill it up with the boiling hot water, and let it sit.
Mm-hmm.
And I left to go do some. Oh, I know what I had to go do. My mama called me because I had gotten a watermelon, and she said, "Boy, I couldn't lift up that watermelon." She said, "Go and put it in the fridge." So I went, scraped it out, and put it in plastic bag, in the Ziploc bag, so she can handle it, and threw away the other watermelon. But anyway, by the time I finished that, taking care of her, I come back.
It
home.
had done settled and settled, and really, it had dishwashed.
Bang. I pulled it out. And I did have to do, I ain't gonna lie, I had to do a little bit at the bottom. But what I did was I took a paper towel that I had used to wipe it out. It came out 95%. It still had a little at the bottom. So what I took that paper towel, I balled it up, and then I took a spoon.
Okay, and got in all the edge.
Where it was, in the corner, in the little stubborn spots.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it with the rinse one time. I said, oh, baby.
Clean.
For some reason, my tea don't taste as strong.
It doesn't. It had been seasoned by long time use.
By plenty.
Long time use had
Yes,
seasoned
indeed.
like a black skillet. Like it had been seasoned. Your cup was seasoned like you season your black skillet, and you don't wash the skillet.
You don't wash your skillet.
So now you said don't. Now you know that you want to get the stains out of it, but the tea don't taste. It's unseasoned. It's unseasoned now. Hilarious.
Yes, indeed. But
Hilarious.
I have to say, unsolicited customer testimony. If you are like me, carrying a stainless steel cup for your water, or for your tea, not so much the water. I mean, the water ones, I just wash it because
it's water.
Water, yeah. But the tea, give it a shot, man. I will say that. I can say that it works.
Okay.
I can say that it works. And mine was stained.
Mm-hmm.
But, this was years of having tea in there on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Literally no less than 6 days a week.
Right.
For years.
Yeah.
It worked, though.
No, it does. Anything like that is ortho related, you can put your Polydent because like I said, I use Polydent to clean my retainers.
Okay. Okay.
Because even after brushing it, you it's hanging around in your mouth. Yeah, you want to clean it, and it sits out when you're not wearing it, so you want to disinfect it before you put it in your mouth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I would write a letter to the people and say, I don't know what y'all did to it, but it worked.
And it did the job. So good deal. I'm looking for some of these veneers because it seems like everybody wants.
Somebody just say you can get them on Temu.
Well,
is that how you say that? Is it Temu?
I don't know. I don't buy it from there. My last foray into fast fashion was Fashion Nova. After that, I was
because Fashion Nova was the last one right before Temu, right? Because somebody else.
I have no idea.
Steam.
I don't
something?
know.
They had a bunch of them.
I have no idea. Once I found out, well, once we are looking at things that you can wear and discard, I don't think it's necessary. If you can toss it away, then why have it?
Okay.
So if a lot of the people are, see, those are big. Those teeth.
They didn't used to look like that?
No.
See, I didn't know him from before.
Right, no. But I'm saying, like, this is the thing that the people are buying. Like, first of all, your teeth are not supposed to be lighter than your eyes. The shade of your teeth and your eye color is supposed to be the same, the same color as what. Those things just jump right out at you. But it seems like people for celebrities, they're into that. I'm gonna show you a couple more.
Okay.
That this is the thing. You're like, people do that? Yes, they definitely do. They're paying top dollar for that. See, those aren't your teeth.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and they're paying a
it
lot of
like
money
all
for
the
that.
You know what that reminds me of? Bob Barker. Everybody looks like Bob Barker.
By the smile.
By the smile, because that's what he did, and people that was on TV. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I'm not a. What you see is what you get. I just ran my tongue over my teeth, make sure they were still
huge.
Yeah, but that's new.
Yes.
Okay.
These are what people are paying for now. But again, it looks like your mouth has to get accustomed to it, and they don't consider aging because you lose volume in your face as you age, but these teeth don't shift.
Yeah.
So your face becomes more, your skin gets thinner, and of course, like I said, you lose the volume in your face, and now you have these gigantic teeth just sitting out in your mouth.
Now, why? But see, I always thought, like, even with gold, you can't get to your teeth if it's like.
No, they file your teeth down to get to that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you brush it, you brushing the gold.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
They file your teeth down to like these fine points to put that over that, so you never will touch your teeth again unless you get them removed. And even because they've destroyed your teeth, remove them to do what?
That's why I never did understand, because you can't get it clean in my head. Now it's just listen. Knock yourself out. But to me, in my mind, if I'm brushing my teeth, I'm brushing my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like putting a glove on your toothbrush and then brushing your teeth. It's just, it don't work.
That's a thought.
It don't work. It's like, how am I getting to my actual?
You're not.
To make
You're
sure
getting to your gums.
Then I guess that's good.
You get into your gums, and that's it.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get to your teeth ever no more because you have encapsulated them.
Yeah.
And paid a lot of money to do it.
Well, I can see the people going to get the grill, and that way you
the
can take it
removable
out.
ones.
Yeah. I do that before. I just let you put, because I pop the grill off. I can brush my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
My actual God-given.
Why I do all of that? Just get an old Popeyes ashtray, and then you gotta go.
Popeye ashtray.
You remember the Popeyes ashtrays where people used to break them? Well, yeah, they used to form them into like gold teeth or put them over their teeth. You don't remember that?
It wasn't. I wasn't putting Popeye in ashtrays.
I mean, maybe you were, but I
wasn't, and I
remember
the trend.
people
I'm
doing
not saying
that.
it wasn't.
Yes, and
I don't. But I see you're dating about saying that was when there was ashtrays in
right,
restaurants.
right, exactly.
But no,
but yeah, people used to take the Popeyes, the foil, and make them into their gold teeth, or was it gold or silver? I don't know. Josh, you remember this?
Yes,
that was a thing that people used to do. Just
Best
do that.
smell like cool.
Well, I have said things to people.
You've done this? You
No,
put that going in
no,
your shit,
absolutely not. Do you know who my parents are? That's one of the things I'd probably be slapped for even thinking of doing that. Like, well, you stupid. So yeah, no. But I've found it entertaining that people would do that. However, I have said to people that their breath smells like hot foil. And I don't know where that phrase came from, but like people who would have additional things unnecessarily in their mouths. It's like, yeah, your breath probably smells like hot foil. So no, the fact that I would think that, no, I would never. If I'm gonna insult you on something, why would I do it? If I think something is dumb. Yeah, no, but Josh, do you remember? Oh, see, Coleman said he used a Wrigley gum wrapper. See, I knew people did stuff like that. I didn't imagine that. I didn't imagine that. I knew people did that.
Which are shiny.
Mm-hmm.
But
silver.
It's paper.
It's
so how
not
long
anymore.
that
They don't even use that anymore. But I'm saying it wouldn't be a permanent thing.
Right,
it would be,
Once you put that paper on, you smile one time, and that's a wrap. You gotta chew another piece of gum if you try to impress somebody else.
But yeah, that was the thing. The Popeyes. Let me see. Got them Dominoes in their mouths. Everyone to no. Josh, do you remember that people used to use the Popeyes ashtrays and put it in their mouths, like to show that they had like gold? Because I feel like they were gold. I don't think they were silver.
All right.
That was the thing. That was a
like
thing.
Now, what had to be, I wish we could locate, because I would sure love to honor the intrepid individual that was the first person to pick up a Popeyes ashtray and fashion it into gold teeth, or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
If you're listening, give us a call.
Give us a call.
Mhm.
Please do. We want you to get your props.
For starting that trend. That was a thing. I remember that. I remember that so well.
Yeah, that was behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there we go. Hey, Josh.
Hello?
Hey, Josh.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Kimber? Yeah,
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Listen, we had a dude in our neighborhood.
Yeah, put him back on. Why'd y'all hang up?
White boy. Hello?
Now start
over
again.
You had a dude in your neighborhood.
I said we had a white dude in our neighborhood that we already adopted in our neighborhood. He's pretty much black. So
okay.
He wanted gold so bad that he would take those same Popeye ashtrays and he would bend them jokers up and put it in his mouth and walk the streets with it so badly. Yes, that it was another. I think it was the Reese's Pieces wrapper.
The brown one.
The gold one. They were gold. The Rolos. It was the Rolos wrapper.
Yeah.
The Rolos wrapper.
The inside, because the Rolo that was printed, that was brown, but the inside of it was gold.
Inside was gold. Yeah. The Rolo wrapper, and he would line his teeth up to get the gold look. And White Boy Sean had all 32 of them.
Not White Boy Sean. Oh my God.
White Boy Sean. White Boy Sean, like Dave Chappelle said, that white dude and that black clique is the most dangerous of them all. You don't know what that white dude did to get those black dudes respect. And that was Sean. That White Boy Sean.
Yes.
Crashed out as much as possible. He had no problem crashing out at all.
Yes,
and he
indeed.
Celebrated Black History Month. And he was pretty much eating watermelon and fried chicken every day.
Oh Lord!
Ever since then, but yeah, really, y'all crew didn't do that. Y'all didn't do Popeye?
No, sir. We ate at Popeye, and we did not indulge in their ashtrays or fashion jewelry. The dudes and the girls that wanted gold Got go because you knew it was coming with some ramifications. Because there wasn't no temporary.
No, it was permanent.
They was permanent. If you went to go get a goal, you was making a statement.
You were making a life choice.
And that's what you did. But no, we didn't have that. I don't remember that, and I'm not saying it didn't happen. I believe
it happened
you,
but
I
sure.
was not. Thank God. Thank God.
But looking at it, though,
that particular trend missed me. So
but
no.
Maryland, looking at it, hell, that was a safer route. You get the real goal. You committed to a lifestyle of a lifetime of halitosis.
Not just that. Everything that went along with the perception of having gold. You just bought that, whether it was accurate or not.
Ain't nothing worse than when folks to get them open face goals and they get older, and that little white part of that teeth just start rotting out. You got that gold. It's like a cigarette butt and ashtray. It's terrible. I'm so happy I never gotten golds, man. I'm happy I never got them.
Why didn't you get them?
Well, one was economically I couldn't afford it.
Right.
That was one.
Right.
Thirdly was I heard it was painful. And secondly was painful, and thirdly was it was like you say, a stigma came with that. So you couldn't. It's like getting a face tattoo nowadays.
Oh
you know,
like my man that just got caught in Holly Grove. Holly Grove.
Yeah. You get gold front. You pretty much you're Xing yourself out from a decent job. So
okay.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of truth in that, man. It's a lot of truth in that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get stigmatized is always saying that you got gold teeth, you're automatic criminal, drug dealer, whatever it may be.
And you might not be any of those things.
But you will be classified as such.
And you've gotten that because you want to be affiliated with that part of the world, because they gave you some type of clout.
Yeah, this is true, bro. This
so
is
it's
true.
Just like I said with the tattoos, it's just them dudes don't think they tough because they got a tattoo in their face. They more stupid than tough.
They didn't have anybody to help them make better choices.
Yeah, every now and then, Josh, you need a friend. Every now and then,
you need a friend to tell you that's a dumb thing to do.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, bro. We got to take this break. Moving Monday coming up soon, all right?
All
right,
later.
It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to see y'all on the other side of the break.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Heat and storms continue this week. Highs today will climb to the upper 80s to low 90s, but it'll feel more like the upper 90s with humidity. Scattered thunderstorms are possible this afternoon and evening. Some could bring downpours and lightning. Rain chances stick around through midweek, with highs staying in the low 90s. From WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hey, this is Dave Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 AM or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
WBOK and LCMC Health are proud to present Keeping You Well Cafe. 60 Minutes with LCMC Health, where the doctors speak directly to the people of New Orleans. LCMC Health is committed to improving the quality of care here in New Orleans, the Gulf South, and beyond. The Keeping You Well Cafe is another way for LCMC Health to engage with the community. At the Keeping You Well Cafe, LCMC Health joins WBOK and local businesses to answer your questions about wellness and health.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryan Bank.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
And everybody throwing it over.
Lions
man.
and tigers and bears.
3,
oh,
4,
my.
5, 6 of them over there right now. So y'all get it like you live. 504-582-9422.
Oh, my.
Hey, John, what's happening? Good morning.
Hello.
John? Call us back, cuz. Coleman say Massey was found 4 blocks, 4 houses from my house. 4 houses.
And apparently the person who turned him in is bragging about having turned him in when Crime Stoppers is anonymous for a reason. You could have picked up your check and just
Crime Stoppers is anonymous. You're not.
But you did.
Crime Stoppers say we not gonna tell nobody.
But you did.
If you want to, you go right ahead.
I needed that $50,000. I hope for all intents and purposes that person was clout chasing. Cause why would you put your life at risk? I wouldn't want any criminal knowing that I was involved in their capture. All you had to do was shut up.
Yeah.
All you had to do was shut up.
That's what the whole
50,000 might be going on your funeral because you a dummy.
Yeah. I don't think you worried about that dude.
Dummy.
Now, if it was the other dude, nah, see.
Yeah,
if it was the other dude,
I would have got my money and probably moved.
Dude, I would be honest.
We don't see her anymore. Oh, she don't live here no more. She in the state. No, she not even in the state.
Black.
She gone.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Kimber, there you go.
Braylon, how y'all doing, man?
How you doing?
All right. A few times I can catch you and Dr. White. Oh, y'all talking. I know y'all moved on talking about the gold teeth and the Popeye homemade gold slugs.
You did that, John? You had on
hell no, man. Hell to the no. But I remember there were 2 places in the city that did them. First in Claiborne, then they had a spot in Algiers somewhere.
Well, First and Claiborne was all, boy, look, that was everybody right there. What was that?
No, they actually had a spot in Algiers somewhere over there, but they closed like back really in the 90s.
Was that
early 90s? It might have been the late 80s, but they used to have 2 spots.
I can't remember. I want to say Reed. My name might not be Reed, but I know, First and Claiborne, man. They saw you coming out of there. They could see you sparkling if you was on the Claiborne bus.
Absolutely
not.
But you know what, though, man? You know what? That was a trend, and I'm glad it's gone, but looked like it took the longest to die in New Orleans.
I don't know that it's gone.
Other places,
I don't think it's gone.
I don't think
no, you don't see a lot of young people slugged up like that no more.
Yeah, you do. You do. You can still see people with gold teeth.
Not like they used to. I'd argue that point.
Look,
I remember cats, boy, as soon as they turn, girls and guys, as soon as they turn 18. It was almost a thing.
I had a classmate in middle school who had a gold tooth.
Well, bro, listen, and this was last week, Wednesday, right when I was leaving lunch. The dude coming down the street, he threw his head back and laughed. He was talking to somebody on the phone, and the whole time, and I'm telling you, that just happened to be just coincidence. He threw his head back and laughed, hi, and I'm telling you,
Sparkling light
down the whole U, because it looked like a U when he threw his head. The whole thing, gold top to bottom. This was a young man, you know. So
yeah.
It hasn't gone. It is minimized.
Grill, you know, because nowadays they making grills now, so you
Grills,
pop it
that's what
on
I'm
and pop
saying,
it
yeah.
off. But
right. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about getting them in your head. You don't see a lot of people getting them in your head like that no more, man. You don't see that.
getting them done.
Yeah. Another thing that I hope dies out, man, is these tattoos. Particularly with these young ladies, man. Some of them, man, they got more tattoos than a damn pirate.
No,
And
we're
I'm
not.
like,
We're
I
not
see
getting
some
rid
of
of
the
the
prettiest
tattoos.
girls.
Sorry.
I'm like, gee,
No,
whiz.
John. No,
But,
we're not getting rid of the tattoos.
I mean, the black community in general, man, we need this trend too, I hope, kind of passes, you know. But anyway, folks, nice talking to you.
Always, baby, take it easy. Yeah, you're right.
We're not getting rid of tattoos. Build
No,
a
I don't
bridge.
think
Build a bridge. Get over it. They're here.
They gone and just like goes, man.
Mhm.
Just like goes, and it's not for me.
Right.
But I don't think they're going away. I'm trying to think of my man right now because that used to be the gold tooth headquarters.
The first in Claiborne.
First in Claiborne.
I
man.
would
I
not
wanna
have
come-
known where to get
Oh yeah.
gold teeth. I'm sure I could have inquired and
Oh,
found
somebody
out
would've told you.
where I could have gotten gold teeth, but
Yeah, I couldn't come home if there was something that was removable then.
Maybe
I might have popped
Maybe.
it in
Uh-huh.
and tried, but no, I
Mhm.
wasn't coming home over that song that street by J. Urban and Gloria. with
John
no
always
slug.
got something to say about women. And that's curious to me because the women need to get rid of the tattoos. John, I need you to build the bridge and get over that one because it seems like you have an issue with when it comes to women. That's always scratching in a unsunned place. I need you to fix that. Anyway, but as far as the gold teeth, I wouldn't know where to get them, but I knew a lot of people who had them. I know
yeah?
at one point that was the only way that you could mend your teeth, but they found out that gold rots your teeth.
Uh-huh.
So then they stopped mending your teeth with gold. Because my grandfather had like this little thin gold strip, which I thought was pretty cool. Cause I didn't even know, like, it was like, well, I see everybody who have that whole thing on them. Why? How you get the cool little strip, you know?
One
And it
little
was,
piece.
one little piece.
It was a repair, though.
Right, it was a repair. And my grandmother at one point may have had a crown. Yeah, I feel like maybe my grandmother had a crown. But again, that wasn't for fashion. That was, that's how they used to repair your teeth.
Mhm.
But now, even for fillings, they don't use metal to fill your teeth because one, they don't last as long. You have to get those amalgam fillings replaced every, I think, 5 to 10 years. But when they do it with the white, and it's not cement, but I forgot what it's called. But when they fill it with the white material, that has a longer life, and unless you get some injury to it, it
Get it
lasts
knocked
longer.
out or
Right?
whatever,
Yeah, it lasts longer. So, but over time, I mean, dentistry or just medicine, as things continue to develop, they find better ways to do things. But I definitely Mars Jones, Mars Jones Sr., my mom's dad. I thought it was just like really, really cool that he had like it was a slight strip of gold in his front tooth. And I have, to this day, I haven't seen anybody with that. And I was like, well, everybody else got a whole thing or just, an open face. So how you just get a strip? Did you pay extra for that? Yeah, the white dental material that they repair your teeth with costs more, but it lasts a lot longer. And then you don't have to. They've been doing some studies about that because some of the metals were causing people illness too. So yeah, as they learn better, they do better. Thankfully, that they're not taking other people's teeth and putting them in your mouth. And
Well, which was
that was a practice.
That and the stealing of said teeth.
Yes.
Was one of the atrocities that happened in Germany in the 30s. Because people oftentimes either in repairs or in an effort to always have money, would put their money in their mouth.
Yeah. Well,
they put their money in their mouth.
In African culture, and particularly African American culture, you put your money in your mouth because there were no places for you to put your money. Hence, why the African and African American people had gold teeth. That was a means of putting your money away. But yeah. We have to do a little more digging before we just be saying stuff. Cam, yes, it does last longer. You had all your metal fillings replaced with white dental material. Good. That's healthier, because I know that some of the amalgam and you don't even see a whole lot of kids with silver fillings anymore.
I used to see them little kids,
but they would be bad kids. Every time you saw bad kids, mouth be full of silver fillings.
Be full of silver. Say, what did y'all doing? And them children got all that silver in their mouth like that. What is that?
Yes. But it was always the bad churn, for real, with silver fillings.
Plenty mouth.
Kids that'll kick you. Kids that'll be saying cuss words that you know they shouldn't even know, let alone be saying.
And put them together right, too.
Put them together right, and mouth full of silver teeth.
It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere, y'all. Stick and stay. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
New Schools for New Orleans, along with New Orleans Public Schools and the Kyle Institute, are excited to announce the launch of a new digital tool on the data dashboard. New Orleans Public Schools, 20 years later, a timeline of recovery, transformation, and growth. The tool provides data, information, and context on the past 20 years of K-12 education in New Orleans, the changes that occurred, and the outcomes these changes helped produce. Visit nolapublicschools.com/K20 to view the tool and learn more.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Senator Lindsey Graham says it's too soon to know if Iran has dropped its nuclear goals.
But the question for the world, does the regime still desire to make a nuclear weapon? The answer is yes. Do they still desire to destroy Israel and come after us? The answer is yes.
On ABC's This Week, he stressed watching Iran's intentions despite President Trump's claim that the program was totally obliterated after recent U.S. strikes. Tampa, Florida may soon gain control of historic Zion Cemetery, the city's first black burial ground. Businessman Richard Gonsmart, who owns the land, is open to a swap. Mayor Jane Castor is hopeful the city council will approve the deal. And Kanye West is honoring Anna Wintour after her departure from Vogue. He posted a photo of them at a fashion show thanking her for years of support and friendship. Wintour stepped down last week after leading Vogue since 1988. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
And
another person at the.
But he by himself, it's just him and Myri.
Hi.
Hey, Myri.
Who's with you right now?
What's the young man's name?
Quinn.
Let him
Quinn?
talk.
All right, my name is Quinn.
Hey,
All right,
Quinn.
Quinn.
Good morning.
Hi.
Thank you, man.
How are you?
Yeah, you're right. That's who threw it over to us.
It was like Fred Berry, like doing the pop lock and the way he threw it over.
It got some flair.
Yeah,
Got some
liked
flair
it.
in
It was cool.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all for sticking with us as we roll into this third and final hour of today's episode of the Front Porch, continuing our broadcast from the historic campus of Xavier University.
Yes.
From our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the number. Or you can hit us up, is the address. So you can hit us up on the talk line, 504-582-9422. Let us know what's going on. It is Moving Monday.
It is.
And we're going to get to them right here in a second. Cam said the kids with all them silver in their mouth sucked that bottle when they slept at night.
They had to have or something, or they got overfed candy or something, because it was always bad age children with silver teeth, a full grill of silver teeth.
And what were those
Just teeth
for?
rotten, because their teeth, they got cavities. So rather than get a filling, they cap their teeth.
Yes, indeed.
Just rotten teeth.
Dental hygiene.
Rotten
Teach
teeth.
them early.
Oh, my goodness.
Teach your children early. Teach them about brushing and flossing, and teach them about
They probably
cleaning
had
their tongue.
They probably had rotten teeth from the bud, because if they sleeping with a bottle at night, they coming in messed up.
Rickety teeth.
Rickety.
Well, I got the rickety teeth.
Rickety. That
we
is
used to say.
hilarious.
Yes, indeed.
Hilarious.
But that's and don't forget in your oral hygiene, brush and scrape your tongue. That's necessary.
I thought people brush their tongue automatically.
I don't think people you hear people say brush your teeth. You don't hear people, and if you aren't told to do it, if it's not a part of your routine, I don't think it's included. That's why I mention it, because I've actually got a tongue scraper, which I love, and it works
I have a
little
tongue
bit better.
scraper, but I use my brush. But
I brush
tell you,
with every time I brush my
I
teeth.
tell
but
you
a couple
what,
of times
though,
a week.
being pregnant and doing that is already, you hit your uvula just in general if you're doing a good job. But when you're pregnant, that is the worst, the absolute worst. Almost a year of making sure that your teeth and your tongue don't offend, but that morning, noon, and night sickness, that is the worst, the absolute worst.
I believe you.
Oh my God.
I believe you.
Oh my God.
But you can do your thing, grab yourself some Clorox and, some Ajax and brush your teeth.
No, I mean, it's not just that. The roof of your mouth, Mark, you must have had like injuries to the top of your mouth. It's not an awful idea, but got some really, really thin.
That's what I
That's
used to
some
get.
thin.
The roof, the tongue, and the cheeks.
That sounds painful.
The roof, the tongue, and the cheeks, in addition to your teeth.
But sometimes it's the things that you eat, because some odor is not from your mouth. It's from your gut.
Oh, yeah.
And,
from your breathing. And it's coming up through all that putrid, all that stuff that has been
the bad
sitting
stuff
there.
that you've eaten.
Yes.
Or the wrong
Those of
stuff
you
that
who
you've
say
eaten.
the regularity is against your religion.
Oh, my God.
That you only go once or twice a week.
Oh, what?
There are people who would appreciate.
You should be
you
going at
get
least
checked.
twice a day.
At least.
At least twice a day.
At least. Go see about yourself. If you are not regular, go see about yourself.
Twice a day, at least.
Go see about yourself.
At
That's not
least
normal.
after your meal, but some people aren't like that. But at least in the morning and at night, you should be going.
You should be going.
Unless you
And if
just
you're
like
not-
carrying extra stuff with you, which is
and
gross.
The people who love you would appreciate if you went got checked, cause you be killing them. You be killing them. You be killing them. I'm telling you, be killing them. They ain't gonna tell you, but I'm telling you.
Oh
You
God.
be killing them. You be killing them. I'm telling you, be killing them.
Oh man.
And I'm telling you, they're too nice to say anything, or they'll play it off as a joke, or they'll try to make a he. But I'm telling you, killing them.
You know what though? To consider the fact that we sit in such close proximity to each other.
Yes, ma'am.
That would be a thing.
It would be a thing of the past. That's what it would be.
That
it
would be a thing.
It would be a thing of
Oh
the
my
past.
God.
Once is a mistake, twice is a habit. Ain't happening 3 times. It ain't happening. This ain't baseball.
But it hasn't happened. That's the thing.
Of course not. Of course not.
But I'm trying. Like, how is that? Well,
Because you was raised right, I was raised right. You don't eat bad, I don't eat bad. And, it's coming in here in the morning, you're professional, you come do your job, and you leave. And you leave. And that's a wrap. But there are people who are not benefit of that type of training.
That type of training.
There are people who are not beneficiaries of that type of training.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I am
That
weak.
type of upbringing. You
But-
know?
But we could have a burpathon in here though.
Yeah, well, no, I'd leave them too. I'd leave them too.
Because we've
I'm
had some
not-
instances of that.
Now, but quick ones.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
'cause
not like
usually-
ogre.
Right. Usually
Not
when
like
you're
ogre.
talking, you're breathing.
Yeah.
And you're talking, you're breathing, you're talking,
Like,
you're
oh,
breathing in there.
my
And
bad.
then it's, that one came because
Sorry.
you
It
your
didn't.
body be doing
Yeah.
stuff. But it's all right. We get over that too.
That's crazy. This long?
This long, and I'm telling you.
This long.
And we've eaten a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
We've eaten a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Right?
We have definitely enjoyed a lot of food
A lot of
and a
food.
lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff,
Yeah,
man. Different stuff,
that's-
and never
wow.
had any problems on that end.
Mm.
And we would know because the people who come in here after us would say, "Hold up, man,
I know.
hold up, hold up," and we've never had that issue.
Oh boy.
504-582-9422. Brother Corey, good morning.
Oh boy.
Well, good morning, Greg. Good morning, Kimber. Good on Front Porch.
Good
How
morning.
you doing, baby?
Man, doing wonderful. Let me speak to you about the oral health. That's the first thing that, you having any ailment in your body, any kidney or any kind of, infection or whatever in your body starts with the oral health. Start with whatever you ingest into your system. So we have to be mindful whatever you put in your system. So it's very important that every time you eat something that's, I don't care, meat, whatever you need to always go ahead and rush your mouth out with some water or whatever you need to do. So you're drinking it down, you rinse it out first. And then, then you drink stuff down. So then you can get your natural fluids in your body instead of having the other flavor in your system as well, too. And now, speaking to you about the quote-unquote, you have mercury in your mouth for your implants or whatever, you need to go get that out. Now, the silver is good. The gold is good because it's called vibrations. It's frequencies. So remember the Wakanda movie, the vibranium, they got it out the earth and it's supposed to be, have some kind of, majestic power. So anyway, but those things bring frequencies. All our ancestors always have gold, everything around them. That's why you see certain things trimmed with gold in the ancients, everything have frequency, granite. Everything in this world, the rocks have frequencies. So if you have gold or earrings or something like that, that's the energy gonna come to you even wherever you at because there's frequencies. So please, even you have gold in your house, you have certain things in your house, it helps block out for radiation and everything. So study that. because those type of things are very important. The onyx. They say that the staff of Moses was made of sapphire. But anyway, we can go through all that. But hey, remember, people have gold in their mouth. They on a different type of vibration. So peace and love, man.
All right, bro, Corey,
All right, bro.
take it easy. 504-582-9422. Will or Phil?
Good morning. What time is it? Yeah, 10:13.
11:13, baby. You trying to make us work an extra hour? It's 11:13.
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow. For years now, I've been saying I brush my mouth, not my teeth.
Right.
One thing you left out, grilling, is the floor of your mouth, underneath the tongue. I start my day with rinsing the mouth out. Then I hold water in the mouth, take my right index finger and rub along the gums and teeth, up and bottom, and into the front as far as I can go with that right index finger. Then I hold more water in the mouth and do the right side with my left hand index finger. When you sleep at night, a film gathers in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that film off so the toothbrush won't pick it up. And then I brush my mouth. Underneath the tongue, it'll take a minute for you to get used to it because I'm not talking about underneath the tongue itself, the floor of the mouth. And it's a process.
Yeah, because I've never done it. I believe, this complete oral health, man. I'm not, but I've never considered that. That's interesting.
Saturday, I'll be 928 months old. I still have 28 of my original pieces of equipment in my mouth, fortunately. Smoking, drinking, coffee and tea, so forth, so on. So I've been rather lucky so far. But you brush your mouth. And don't forget, try to start hitting the floor of your mouth underneath the tongue. It takes a little getting used to, and so forth and so on.
All right. Now, how many years was that? I know you say how many years is that?
77.
Yes, indeed. All right. That's all right, my brother. Thank you for that here.
Hang loose.
Take care. Later.
Okay.
77.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a lot of brushing. You got to have some wisdom.
Mm.
You know some things, man.
Mm.
But I have heard of everything else. I've never heard of the floor of your mouth.
The floor of your mouth.
I mean, it's part of your mouth. I can see why it would make sense. I just never put that together.
Including the mandible portion of your jaw.
When did we continue counting age by months after the? Yeah. When did we start counting the age of people by months after one?
18 months. My baby 36 months. I mean, people do that.
It gets 928.
You know how many years that is?
77 and some change.
Good. There you go.
I mean, you can do the math. Thank me.
There you go.
Yes, Cam, and replace your toothbrush every 3 months.
Regularly.
Yes, every 3 months you should be replacing your toothbrush, or replacing the head of your toothbrush if you have interchangeable toothbrush heads. Yeah.
Yep.
Every 3 months. And if you've had a cold or an illness, you want to change it after you've recovered, so that you don't continue to reinfect yourself with that as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dental tips for you right here on the front porch.
We gonna always bring up some health stuff, right?
Always.
Gotta love it. Chewing gum is good for dental. Yeah, but also chewing gum can be an issue for digestion. So you got to be careful with that, because it can cause some issues with gastritis, especially mint flavored gums can cause problems with acid reflux and stuff. It's always some kind of thing.
I don't chew gum. I chew gum like 3 or 4 chews and then spit it out, because
somebody told you look like a cow chewing cud.
No, I've seen people. No, I've seen there is no cool way to chew gum if you're on camera. I don't care. You could be Haley Berry. You could be Lena Horne. You could be I don't care. Name somebody whoever new and pretty.
Whoever.
Joji or Megan or whoever. Or the men. It don't matter. Idris or whoever. Nobody can look good chewing. And if you got gum in your mouth and you start and you're not doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? If
I get it.
If you're in the frame of the camera, right? But somebody else is talking to you and you're I'm sorry.
Chewing Sunday dinner.
I'm sorry.
You're not interested.
That looks horrible.
Okay.
Because and I'm saying it for you. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm not gonna watch it, but I'm saying for the individual, you can't see your face. I'm being kind. I'm trying to do something for you. You can't see your face. And it's not a good look. I don't care who you are.
Okay.
It's not a good look. It's just, you got to trust your brother. I don't want nothing from you. There's no charge for this. But you got to trust
Don't do
me when
that.
I tell you, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Okay.
That's not a good, chewing gum, I think, is to freshen your breath and then get rid of it. You chew, hello.
I had a
you gotta
teacher. I had a
make it
teacher
fresh
who would
breath.
give me chewing gum as a means for me to be settled in class. Shout out to Miss Vicky Davenport.
She'd give you gum so you could settle
So
down.
I would be, I would chill out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of gum she
I
give you?
don't know. It would have been nice, right?
Hey,
But
lady
no,
might have
Miss
been ahead of her
Davenport. Miss
time.
Davenport used to give me chewing gum. What was that? 8th grade science.
You thought it was Wrigley's, but it was really Wrigley's.
It might have been.
Wigglies.
It might have been.
It's
But
Wigglies.
she paid attention enough to me. Like, just if I was chewing gum, I was chilling. I was in class. I wasn't disturbing nobody or
Your mouth was
disturbing
busy,
myself.
so you was good.
I wasn't talking. Yeah. But yeah, I remember that Miss Davenport used to give me
Go
chewing
ahead,
gum.
Coleman. Go.
What did he say?
Coleman. Come on, cuz.
What did he say?
Coleman said, I change mine every time I get back home.
God,
I don't
Coleman.
know who's been at my house while I was gone all month.
Coleman, I have questions because this is not your first reference about that. I do. I have questions.
Now, see, right, you can beg to differ,
Mm.
Josh, because when you was watching her chewing that gum, you wasn't watching her chew.
He was watching
You
her
was watching
mouth,
something
though.
and thinking something totally different.
He was
You
watching her mouth.
No, bro, no. There's nobody. I don't care who.
But
you
it was
are.
for the role. It wasn't like
And it
she
was
was.
for the, like, she
Yeah,
was
that
and
was.
it was a part of it. Like this. When Lily Tomlin was the operator, she used to chew.
She was chewing gum.
Yeah, and that was a
In
part of it.
Grease, one of the characters
Chew
was
gum.
chewing gum.
Yeah. And, but now, just if you see yourself, trust me, it's not a good looking. Why are you chewing gum more than 3 or 4 minutes anyway? Once the flavor's gone, what are you doing? Is it just habit? Are you just chewing because you got something in your mouth? Why not? It's the
You
Front
know
Porch,
what?
WBOK 1230
We're gonna keep looking straight.
What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. I think we might even get y'all a movie when we come
Possibly.
back. Maybe. We'll see.
Good Monday morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. A New Orleans man is waking up behind bars charged with murder in connection to a gruesome and shocking crime. Police say the man told them he shot and killed his girlfriend and then buried her in the backyard. Family members say 24-year-old Essence Peters was a victim of domestic violence. Saturday evening, the NOPD says officers discovered her remains outside of a home on Maroney Street. The suspect, 24-year-old Benjamin Camp, who claims to be the victim's boyfriend, reportedly told officers he shot his girlfriend before burying her in the backyard. Police arrested Benjamin Camp. Now he faces a second-degree murder charge. The New Orleans Police Department is investigating a shooting in the West Bank in Federal City. We're told it happened just after 2:20 this morning on South Lawn Boulevard. Police say at least one man was shot and was taken to a local hospital. No word on a suspect in this shooting or the victim's condition. All right, another hat in the ring in the New Orleans mayoral race. State Senator Royce Duplessis announced his plans to run for mayor on social media yesterday. Duplessis wrote that after listening to people in the city, their frustrations and disappointments, it's become clear he had to run. He adds he will formally announce his candidacy at an event tomorrow. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day and a wonderful start.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Singer and producer will.i.am is launching what he thinks could be the next generation of radio, and he's using AI to do it. It's called Radio FYI. He talked to Bloomberg about the inspiration behind the project.
People still listen to radio. And radio hasn't been innovated since satellite radio. And so now with our architecture, we're able to allow the listener to engage with the presentation. It's no longer a one-way street or sometimes half a street when you're able to call into a station. This radio architecture allows for 1 to millions of conversations at the same time during the same segment.
will.i.am also says his AI-powered plan will be totally different from streaming platforms like Spotify, even though many of them now have radio station-style features. Radio FYI will be designed to offer listeners a sense of community, something he thinks there's still a need for. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In St. 23 while supplies last.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time. Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the whole water stove, Pastor David Impartan Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230. Is talking about
all day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Samari Dupree threw it over so on this side, y'all.
Hey.
There you go. Getting it done right here on this Movie Monday. And I think we got a movie clip. Yes, we do. So we got a movie clip.
have one.
And we're going to get this clip played for you. It's Movie Monday. You know what to do. When you hear this clip, give us a call, 504-582-9422. Let us know if you can identify the film from which this clip has been gleaned. And if you can, maybe you can identify the theme of the day. And if not, maybe we'll just recycle that theme for another time. But if you'd like to hear it,
what's going to happen.
Listen close, because here it goes.
It's a fine guide ring for my necktie.
He'll have been on his way almost an hour now.
Look out.
Well, there you go. 504-582-9422. Give us a call. Let us know what's happening.
There we go.
What happened to the little mouse pad?
You haven't been using it all show?
No, yeah, they've been on it. I've just asked whatever because it used to be right there. Oh, you know what? Here it is. See that? I don't know how it got moved.
I thought that you had been using it the entire time. That's how much I paid attention.
Yes, ma'am. No, it has not been here for the entirety of the show. And I want to welcome you back, little mouse pad, because the scritching sound of the mouse on the desk is not soothing at all.
I just found a gift card.
For what?
Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
How about that?
Go on, get you some.
Yeah. Thanks. This is another gift from Teachers Appreciation Week. Thanks. I'm not gonna use it today. You know what? I might treat the little girl to something because you know she's still on soft foods and whatnot.
Oh, so, for how long?
She can gradually add stuff to her.
Yeah, I have
diet.
to gradually.
What is it?
I have to gradually add stuff to my
Yeah.
diet.
This is what, day 4 of mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, so there's a hole back there.
I love mashed potatoes
and
though.
You don't want stuff in them holes.
No, not with food or stuff that may cause you some issue.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes indeed. Good days. Good days. Now wait a minute, Josh. You say you got 40 pounds of gum in you from childhood. You were swallowing.
Yeah, he was swallowing the gum.
With Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Serious
he was
business.
swallowing the gum.
You was a gum swallower, bro. We used to talk about people swallowing gum.
What do you call those people?
Nothing. We didn't really call them anything because we used to wonder what happened if you passed gas. Did you blow a bubble?
Well, that's something to consider.
That's something to think about.
You never seen it though, and you know what? What did the people used to tell you if you swallow your gum? I don't know. People used to tell you don't swallow your gum because it'll stay in you for 7 years or something like that. And like kids, we believed it, not recognizing that digestion is what it is. That
never heard
actually was not true. Yeah, don't swallow your gum because it'll stick with you for 7 years.
Yeah, because they told us don't swallow the gum because you ain't supposed to swallow gum.
Yeah, no, the people used to say that.
Chewing gum. And they call swallowing gum.
People used to say that.
That's all right.
Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed. So, Josh, you might have been on to something, man.
Mm-hmm. How about that? That's hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, and I have rewards. Yeah.
Chuck, you say that M2 ran in trouble with the company when he did Juicy Fruit?
Did he? Did he?
That's interesting. Hold on.
That's interesting.
I remember that song.
But they never used it as a commercial. That would have been a hell of a sell.
Dude, they didn't want to be associated.
They should have been. That was a time to associate with something, especially from our community. We connect to music, so why wouldn't they go ahead and add that? That's funny. That is very interesting. Now you looking up the M2 me. I never knew that would have been an issue.
The song surrounding M2's Juicy Fruit involved a potential lawsuit from Wrigley's.
Oh.
The chewing gum over the song's title. M2 explained to Wrigley's that the song was not about their gum, but a reference to oral sex, which led Wrigley's to drop the potential lawsuit, according to the Los Angeles Times and to the Guardian.
Because then that would mean that their gum would mean that. And
and they didn't want it to
I don't want to associate that with that. Well.
James and Toomey.
That is interesting.
That's funny.
Y'all tried it. You tried it. That's ridiculous.
Toomey clarified that the song lyrics were about oral sex, a fact he later described as, quote, one of the highlights of my life, unquote. Boy, you never know what made a man write a song.
Right. Juicy Fruit. I get the references to be made, but okay. I mean, that's fine.
That's interesting.
That's
fine. That's
fine.
funny that that the Wrigley's people would back up.
Oh yeah. Once he said that, it was like, wait, hold up. No.
You good?
You keep that.
You good?
We would not like any of that. Thanks.
We don't want nothing to do with that. You go right ahead we're fine. And listen, do us a favor. Don't mention our name no more.
But I don't know that they ever did mention their name.
No, they
because-
mentioned Juicy Fruit.
Oh.
That's what, Juicy said, hold up, Jack. We are Juicy Fruit. So are you singing about this gum? No, boss. Well, what you
that's
singing about?
not.
That's what I'm singing about. Never mind.
Because I don't know that I ever connected the two. I never thought that they were talking about gum. I don't know that I thought it was about oral sex, but I don't know that I ever associated the song with gum. So
Well, I didn't either, but I could see why the company would.
just because of the lyric,
Yeah, just because, it's synonymous.
you just trying to snuff out.
Yeah, you can't be linking us with
But once he told y'all what it was about, you definitely knew that's not what they were. They weren't talking about your gum. Not at all.
Not at all, baby.
Not your gum
Not
at all.
at all.
So now you gonna still go to court and argue that that's what you're promoting? No, y'all barely want to acknowledge that's how children, can be made. Craziness, craziness.
Yes, indeed. Let me see, because I'm now looking for the lyrics.
Why you just didn't look up the lyric finder?
I did. I mean, I'm sorry, I thought I did, but it didn't go there. It took me to Wikipedia.
The actual song.
The
No.
actual song, yeah.
Yeah, Juicy Fruit lyrics. Type that. Not in Wikipedia.
Oh, they don't have it in Wikipedia?
No, I wouldn't
Oh,
look
all
for
right.
it there.
I got lyrics in here. Let's see.
You looked up the controversy. Take that off.
Yeah,
There you
Juicy
go.
Fruit lyrics. Yeah, I like it. I need it. Yeah, oh girl. You know very well who you are. You're my sugar thing, my chocolate star. I've had a few, but not that many, because you're the only love that give me good and
Well,
plenty.
it's a whole lot of candy references. So why did Juicy Fruit get all bent out of shape?
Because
Good
it was
Plenty
a-
is good company.
But Good and Plenty wasn't really banging out no come. They probably should have jumped on it to try to get them some sales. But Juicy Fruit was still banging. See, Juicy Fruit was still a player in the game. Candy rain coming down, taste you in my mind and spread you all around. Here I am, oh, this lust for you. Oh, hey, baby, sweet as honeydew. All right. Close my eyes, fantasy. You're right here with me, juicy cherry blossom kiss. What you're giving, make my body rock, keeps me sizzling. Do what you want, I don't care. I'll be your lollipop. All y'all just sang that. All y'all just sang that. That's a shame. All y'all, that's why this.
As a child, I got it. Yeah, as a child, I got that for sure.
Oh, y'all just sang that.
I
Y'all
was a
just
kid
sang
when
that.
this came out.
Yes, indeed.
It's like, oh, that can happen?
Now, that's funny. Chuck says, like the song Mary Jane with Rick James, which was not about a woman.
And I thought it was. I mean, why would I have another reference?
Because you were young.
That's what I'm saying.
You
why?
wouldn't have another reference because you were young.
Yeah.
Mary Jane. You might have had two. You might have had
Matter
the
of
woman
fact,
and
and
the
shoes.
candy.
Mm-mm.
Did you eat Mary Jane? The little candies
I
and
feel
the
like
yellow and red pack?
Probably,
caramel?
yeah. I probably had that, but the shoes.
The Mary Jane shoes.
I had Mary Jane shoes, and I
Yeah.
knew he wasn't thinking about no Mary Jane shoes, so he had to be talking about a lady named Mary Jane.
Yeah, he was. She's his main thing. She made him feel all right. Tell Elwin came.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man, like for real.
Yes, indeed.
Brown sugar, I definitely thought he was talking about a woman too.
No, I knew he wasn't talking about
And
that.
I was
as soon as he
I
said,
was an
'cause you gotta
adult.
find a sister named a chocolate tie. Well, see, ain't no girl named Chocolate Tie. I know what's named Chocolate Tie. Really good sativa. It's cannabis. It's a kind of cannabis.
Oh.
Thai, Thai, like
All right.
Thailand. But it's called
But
chocolate
you
Thai.
said that wouldn't have been a person's name. But in my age group, the names that we've had of people, that could have been somebody's name.
Chocolate Thai.
Yes,
But
that
I think
could have
it
been
would've a
somebody's
nickname, but it could have been
name.
somebody's real name. If your mama liked
If you
chocolate
think
Thai,
about the names within the last 30, or I'm 48. So within the last 40 years and the names. So we got Hennessy, we got people named Cherry, we got people.
I ain't heard nobody named Panama Red, Sativa, or gas. See, I've heard the
but
liquor.
chocolate tie.
I've heard the liquor.
That's what I'm saying. Chocolate tie.
Maybe. Anybody name their child sativa?
Ivy. I mean, that could have been very well been somebody's name.
It could have been. I haven't heard it, but yeah, that's when I heard the song, and she got a fine sister named Chocolate Tie. He's singing about Bud. He's singing about that's who Brown Sugar is, because if Chocolate Tie is a sister, then she must be some gangster too, some dog. Yeah, okay, I got that. As soon as I heard the lyrics.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Now, one song that had me fooled for a minute was Brandy.
Which one?
Brandy by the OJs.
Oh, yeah. You thought it was about the liquor?
No, I thought it was about a woman.
It wasn't about a woman?
About a dog. You was today years old. Sitting by the open fireplace in my favorite dungaree.
No.
And
it sounds like he was going through some heartbreak.
He was going through. That's why I thought it was about a woman. And it was about a dog.
That was like
I was in love when they put her down on my doorstep in the rain, and that's when it was
I thought she had got shot or something.
Oh no!
I thought, Brandy got hurt. Brandy got messed up. She got messed up for sure. Listen, that okay. At this point, I've seen. I had no idea, but that was somebody else. Was it Sandy? Somebody had a song about Sandy. Or what's the dude with the feather hair? White dude. Pointy nose. Shucks, what is his name? You know who I'm talking about.
Feathered hair, one of the Gibb brothers?
No, he's not one of the Gibbs. He sang
George Michael?
No, he's like in the 70s, 60s, 70s. It's not Paul Anka, but it's like among that group.
Paul Simon?
No, I can't think of his name, but somebody else has a song about a dog that we thought it was about a girl too. Yeah, but I really thought that
Peter Frampton?
I really thought that Brandy was about a girl.
A lot of people did.
I did.
A lot
of
people
people
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a dog. It was a dog.
Brandy got shot. Brandy was killed.
Brandy left on the doorstep. They'd have shot up. Lord have mercy. You'd have give Brandy a hard life.
Oh my God.
You'd have give poor Brandy a hard life.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
That is funny.
Oh,
that
goodness
funny.
gracious.
Yeah. But yeah, Brandy was about a dog, man. Sitting by the Mandy. That's Barry Manilow.
Yeah, Barry Manilow. There you go. That was about a dog too.
Mandy was Mandy.
Oh, Mandy, you came and you without taking. Yeah, that was about a dog too.
Yeah. Okay. I
didn't know
I
that.
recognized the song. I wasn't a.
But I found that out because I was watching a movie.
You came
and it was.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Brandy and Mandy.
Okay. All right. No, and I never. Yeah.
Oh, Brandy and Mandy were dogs. That's cool.
Now, Paul said back in the hell about that, bro. You know I wasn't gonna let that pass. In the 5th grade, Paul, your nickname was Juicy Fruit?
Why, Paul?
Why, Paul?
Should we call the authorities?
Yes, because
were you trafficked as a child? Did your teachers have inappropriate situations with you? Why were you called Juicy Fruit?
Man, in the 5th grade.
I am curious.
Or did you just have a penchant for Juicy Fruit? Were you a fan? I'm curious to know.
Goodness gracious.
Yes, indeed.
That is something.
That's a great song, Lay, Lady, Lay, Paul. Lay across my big brass bed. Lay, lady, lay. You ever heard that?
I heard Tone say lay, lady, lay in their song. Raphael Sadiq said that in the song.
No, that came from
I've never heard that song, but I've heard
that phrase.
I heard Raphael Sadiq say that.
Yeah. That was a song by Leon Redbone. Lay, lady, lay, lay across my big brass bed. Good song. My mind's in the gutter because you were so sweet, Paul.
So
we just checking on your well-being.
Lay
baby.
your
Make sure
head
you're all
on
right.
my pillow. low, lay, 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 lay. He said that in the song.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And just relax. Yeah, now I gotta go listen to it. You see, now we gotta listen to it in the car.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, he said that in the song.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Lay your head on my pillow.
But that is a
and
that
the
is
way
an
you
actual
said it
song.
sounds
He might
very
have been
close.
influenced
Yes.
by Leon Redbone.
Mhm.
Redbone, he had a couple of hits. Leon Redbone, a lot of people don't know him, but I liked him. I thought he had a good voice. He was he had a voice like that. And when he sang, it was like a little bad tone. But he was like smooth. He wasn't
like Lou Rawls?
Lou could sing more. Lou had more emotion in the
Okay.
song. Redbone was just one of them guys, long hair, shades on.
Like the country singer, Black.
Who is that?
Something Black. Is his last name Black? The one that was married to he was married to a black lady first, and then he married a country singer after they divorced. What's a country couple? He had a heroin addiction.
It was Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Yes.
The Man in Black.
Johnny Cash.
And Rosalind Carter Cash.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like that, because he used to talk real, like when he sang, he didn't really sing. He kind of talk sang.
Oh, no, he just sang. I got to kill a man in Memphis just to see him die. That was actually the lyric from Johnny Cash song.
Did you know he was married to a black lady?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Johnny Cash was, them dudes was in the country, man. Them dudes was, it wasn't until they got exposed to the world till they started realizing, oh, I can't do this if I want to get there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be somewhere, you can't saddle yourself with no black. Now, some people just say, I'm going to get where I can get.
You do what you do.
You
who I'm
give
with.
me what you got for me, and if I get it, it's mine. If I don't get it, if I can't reach it, it ain't mine to have. And I'm going to get what I want out of the deal, which I think everybody should be that way. But some of y'all, wanna been in total line for the people. But that's Leon Redbone right there.
Oh, okay.
It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Heat and storms continue this week. Highs today will climb to the upper 80s to low 90s, but it'll feel more like the upper 90s with humidity. Scattered thunderstorms are possible this afternoon and evening. Some could bring downpours and lightning. Rain chances stick around through midweek, with highs staying in the low 90s. From WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts-Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 1230 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylon Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
And that's one of the interns throwing it over here to us. But, you know, he's ear hurting. So we get that straight.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes.
We take what you give us. We take what you give us all the time. Yes, indeed.
Now
yeah.
I have to go listen to Lay Lady Lay.
And I'm sorry, just as a point of clarification, that was not Leon Redbone. That was Bob Dylan.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Bob Dylan.
Now I got to go listen to it.
Oh, it's a great song.
Because I thought it was odd that he would say that in the song, but it went with what they were talking about.
And it is a love song. Look right there, the lyrics. Lay across my big, whatever colors you have in your mind, I'll show them to you. You'll see them shine. Stay with your man a while until your break of day. Let me see you make him smile. His clothes are dirty, but his hands are clean, and you're the best thing he's ever seen. Yes, indeed.
Sounds fun.
Hey, lay, lay across my big brass bed.
Okay.
See if you can find that to take us out. Now, run. See if you can find Bob Dylan. Lay, lady, lay. Lay, lady, lay. Yeah, see if we can take us out with that, man.
That's interesting.
Rufus Thomas, walking the dog. Coleman said when he was in Germany, it was cold. They say I'm walking the dog when they have a hookup. I've never had a dog, but I took many walks. Yeah, that's Rufus Thomas, baby.
Okay.
Walking the dog. Y'all know that.
Just a walk in the and that's not it, huh?
He used to do the song when the dance that were the funky chicken. Rufus Thomas was known as the guy because he was the one that did the funky chicken. Walking the dog was a dance. Just a walking the dog.
Okay, I was
Upbeat.
singing the right song.
Oh yeah, it's upbeat. It's a dance song.
Okay,
Definitely
so
a dance song.
I heard the song before. I was curious if I was singing the right one, but no, I was.
Yes, indeed.
Sundown was another one. That was a nickname, or is that a song?
I don't know.
I don't know, Paul. What you saying?
What you got, Josh?
What's up? Try to guess that movie. I don't know this one. I got to hear that. The beginning of it is real mumble.
The beginning of it was real low?
Yeah.
Well, we can play it again.
The guy say something about the necktie or something like that. I can't really hear that well, but.
All right. Hang up. We're going to play it for you again, and you can call us back, all right?
All right.
They couldn't hear the
play the clip again, if you would,
if you're able.
Of course, that's a producer's decision,
right?
You know, we just asking. We bring the thing for the people. Or the Sundown was a song.
Okay, that's a song that that was a marijuana reference.
Or a dog.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We find out that the songs that we might have been thinking about was one thing, but everybody was shocked that you didn't know Brandy was
I
about
did
a
not
dog.
know it was about it.
She was today years old.
I was.
That's right. So you go.
He was
get in the car.
heartbroken over Brandy though, boy.
Oh yeah.
Just.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that
Brandy was a victim of violence.
I did.
You had to painted a whole story, a whole scenario in your brain. That's funny, man.
Man,
We got it queued up.
Brandy was.
All right,
was-
here we
was
go,
bumped
y'all.
off.
It's the Movie Monday for the people who did not hear it. If you'd like to hear it, listen close, because here it go.
Hello. Are you watching me on YouTube? Good. I'd like to play a game with you.
There you go.
No, alrighty.
Oh, that's the song.
Mm.
All right, right on. Well, we're going to get that other one.
Maybe.
We'll see, Bonnie.
I
But
did
yeah,
not.
man.
I had no idea.
I didn't either.
I thought
but that is
Brandy had been
Brandy was
shot. They laid her on the front porch.
in the rain.
Best friend gone.
Oh, my
That's
doorstep.
so cold.
Best friend, man's
My
best
best
friend.
friend gone. Oh,
Man's best friend is his dog. My best, I'm so all
He said,
alone.
my best friend's
Right.
gone.
My best
It
friend's
was
gone.
Brandy. Brandy was.
You don't know what happened to Brandy.
Where
But you
the
was just saying that
No.
she got taken out violently.
Right. Now
Her
was-
life was ended
I
violently.
am so sorry for this man. Sounds like he is really, really.
Oh, he was missing this
He
dog.
is really not
He was
doing
missing
well,
his dog.
and I wish him much happiness, because that's just wrong what they did to Brandy.
504-582-9422. Poor
Wrong
Brandy.
what they did to Brandy. It's just not all right.
No, it's not
okay.
bestiality,
What?
Dude, what? See,
What?
bro,
Mark, how'd you get there?
bro, the people wasn't that would see, bro.
How'd you get
I'm not
there,
even-
Mark?
I'm not even playing this dude, man.
I don't
Hello,
know.
Pam. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing?
Doing well.
good,
Good
dog.
morning. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, thank God.
Amen.
I want to try to take a guess.
Okay.
All right then.
Was this movie Somebody's Watching Me?
Somebody's watching me?
Yeah. Watching me.
Hold on. You wanted to make sure you got your buzz right. Those kids were
Okay.
pressing and stuff, but I know that song.
Yeah.
Rockwell.
No, I'm not
Rockwell.
talking
I
about
know that song. Watching Me. I'm not familiar with the movie though, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Look at Paul say, "Oh my Lord."
Exactly, because I don't even understand how we got there. What,
No,
how did
they
we get there?
They didn't love the dog like,
Like that.
bro. They don't, I see that's. I see. I'm scared to profess my love for the puppies that I've had
Oh
over
my
the
God.
years for fear
Oh.
that it might be taken the wrong way.
Speaking of the puppies, I took the dogs on a walk on Saturday.
Okay.
We got caught in the rain.
Yes,
too.
indeed.
Shout out to the kind person who saw us walking down the street and handed us her umbrella. Because when I say it was coming down, and actually, I wasn't bothered by the rain. I mean, I don't have that kind of hair that I have to worry about that. I mean, the dogs, I mean, y'all gonna shake it off. You be fine.
Everybody was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. But she handed us her umbrella, and
That's a very nice lady.
that was
Thank
no,
you,
that's what I'm
very
saying.
nice
Very
lady.
nice. Thank you so much for
See,
being
you know what that lady was
considerate.
doing? Practicing random acts of kindness.
Absolutely.
See that? Have you ever done that? Just
because.
Just because. No other reason.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Mhm.
I gave a guy my raincoat one time. He was walking with his little girl right
Mhm.
there by City Park.
Uh-huh.
And the rain was coming down and he had her, right? And he trying to cover. I said, yeah, I pulled my coat over. I jumped out and said, my man, here you go, bro. He said, but we have. I said, no, bro. Cover her, man. You ain't got to cover you, but cover her. He was like, thank you, cut. There you go, bro. Take that, got back in my car.
And
You
went
know,
on.
and went on about my business. Cause sometimes, man, I can get another raincoat. You
Right.
needed that right now. I wasn't saying you was poor.
No,
Out of
it's
it,
just you don't
right
have it.
now. You don't have it right now. You
Right.
might have a closet full of raincoats at
Right,
home.
but you don't have it right
don't
now.
have it right
I
now.
do. Here you go.
Here, take this here, man.
But
Put it on.
so yeah, we went to the park and took a lap around because there's a track in the park. And on the way back, it started raining, but not before they came across a litter of kittens that were on the bleachers. And it may have been about 8 of them. A couple of them ran, but it was 2 that stayed, and it was just like, "What you want?" Now the ones that stayed, I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, don't go over
you might want to leave them alone because that they look like they'll
They about that life.
fight you.
Whatever, cut.
And cute as could be, cute little kittens. You know, we had cats. One of them reminded me of Scary. And I mean, he wanted to get at him. I mean, was pulling me. And I said, dude, them other ones that ran, you might have a change, but
F-A-F-O?
these, all you need is one good lash across that nose, and you gonna cry like a baby. You might want
and it's
to
gonna
leave.
hurt for days.
Yeah, you might want to leave that because kitten claws are a lot thinner.
Like
and
razors.
Yes,
They're like a razor.
They're thinner and the
And they
scratch. Yeah,
I don't do cats.
that little baby was
Y'all can have
gonna mess you up.
Y'all
You
can
was-
have them.
No, they were cute. They
Yeah,
were
I'm sure they were.
cute as could be.
All right. We're going to recycle this moving Monday
Yeah,
because
we
y'all
are.
ain't get that.
No.
But it's cool. We might not play the stump because we was talking for the
Yeah,
whole thing.
we had a great conversation.
And we want to thank you guys for giving us 3 hours out of your lives that you'll never get back. And we certainly hope we've given you a little bit of something in return for the investment of your time. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Bank.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Take care of yourselves and each other.
That's Amari Dupree on the other side of the glass.
Stay healthy, go make money, and stay out of the sun and drink water.
All right.
All right. Life lessons from Amari. There you go. It's a new segment. We want to thank Nara
Didn't
and
know
all
we
our
were in
interns.
development. Okay.
I didn't know that was coming, but that's all right. Y'all practice random acts of kindness. Do something nice for somebody just because it's a nice thing to do. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we're going to see y'all on the flip.